Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 man. Probably presents another episode of, you know what it is, man. This is Collectors Lounge International, and you probably can't see me, and that's deliberate because I'm stupid like that sometimes. Anyway, had to bring this down here, man. Thank you very much for being here. It's going to be another crazy and amazing episode with my brothers, with my folk. Again, hit that. Make sure that if you are here, you watch it right now. Hit that like button like this. Like this basically tells you to do. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you are always up to date to what we actually got going on here. Now, again, this is a space for, and when we say international, it means international. For people all over the world to come in to socialize, and we talk about everything that we love about collecting, about pop culture, the art form, everything in here, man. Definitely it is what it is. And also, I get a chance to talk to the creatives, people behind the scenes that just do some amazing work, stuff that I'm just so happy to be a part of and happy to see. But definitely, I'm so glad to actually see it here within the community. So without further ado, let me just introduce everybody that we actually have in here with me, all my brothers and my sisters, starting with this guy right here. This is my man. This is, come on, y'all know what this is. Low key. It's like, it's like low key. You got to have like a deep voice when you talk about it because it's really low key. What's going on with you, bro? I can't do your theme music because I don't have everybody else out here to help me with the theme music. So I just got it. You know what I mean? Anyway, what's going on with you, bro?
Big chilling. Happy to be here. Sit back, be low key, and just try and soak up some of this knowledge.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here as always, bro. We definitely appreciate you. Next up, we got my brother from another mother as well, man. We got my man Agent Silver Fox, aka the Panelist Bandit. What's going on with you, bro?
Yeah, all good, bro. Yeah, it's been a busy week, but my goodness, full screen. I've been moving things about in the emoji cases, and look at all the grubby marks. So.
I
feel embarrassed.
Embarrassed about what? I'm hating.
Oh, my grubby marks.
You good, bro. You good. Thank you for being here, as always. Next up, we got the one and only Luminar in the building. What's going on, Lumi? How you doing, man?
Hey, you guys. I'm doing really good. I'm actually peeling shrimp right now. My mom's making a gumbo.
Word?
Shrimp.
Ooh, okay. Mama making that gumbo. See, come on, man. Come on now. You already know what time it is. Yeah, I got to take a trip. Anyway, thank you for being here as always. Next up, we got one half of the incredible team, aka the puppet's not around. We got my man. You already know what it is. Pop culture. Oh, here he is. There he is. He needs the background. Randall's back there just chilling. We see it. We got pop culture Costa in the building. What's going on with you, man?
Hello, everybody. It's Constantinos Mamalis. This is international, so we're going to be talking about things internationally. To my Malakas in the back, I love you. I am what you would call the opposite of low-key. So I am high energy. We have a good time. Let's talk about figures. I am so excited because everybody, your other guests, I am so excited to talk to them. It's going to be vre.
Hey,
Ormorphy.
Constantine.
Ormorphy.
Hey, Constantine, did you know I didn't find this out till like last week or a week ago that Calvin's actually from Canada, bro? I didn't know that.
What?
Yeah, bro. I know that. I was led to believe that he was from Canada, bro. My girl had me believing that he was from Canada. She literally had me believing that he was from Canada. She said it with a straight face, and I believed it. I was about to message him too, bro. Definitely about to message him.
Damn.
But yeah, man, ain't that crazy? But thank you for being here, Casa. Now we getting in. I got to get into these folks, man. I'm one guy I'm gonna introduce last because, like I said, he's incredible. Both of these individuals are credible individuals, man. Starting with my guy. I mean, come on, man. If you don't know him, come on. And then he had the audacity to say, Leo, I'm going to actually stream from the office, but I'm going to do it in such a way that I'm just going to outshine anything that you've ever done. We talk about my man, 16J in the building, bro. Look at, I didn't even, now I get a chance to look at everything behind. Come on, brother. Did you have to do this to me just now, man?
Yeah, it took about 3 days to get it set up. Yeah, man, I've been working hard to get it all ready, obviously, for the show, so I hope everyone likes it. But yeah, nice, just good to be back. It's good to be back on and
Definitely,
all again.
So glad to have you here, bro. It looks amazing. Look at that, bro. Like that's euphoric right there, bro. Like everything back.
Well, is Constantine from Greece? Because I heard Malacca, and I'm Greek.
Yeah, he's from Greek.
You're Greek, Jay. You're Greek too.
I'm Greek.
Fuck yeah, my parents are both. In fact, they're living there right now in Chios, Greece. My mom's from Thessaloniki, but yeah, Greek.
Yeah, well, I'm Corfu, so yeah, my dad's from Corfu.
Corfu,
So,
yeah, nice.
Yeah, man. So as soon as I heard Malacca, I was like, I got that.
There you go, brother. They see, you know what I mean. You see, I've just developed now. I've actually gained like my number 7. Like you're the 7th Greek friend that I actually have. Like all my friends, but
we're taking over the world.
You already know, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here, guys. Always. Look at that. Brandon's already like, oof, Jay's office is fire. You already know, man. Definitely. Thank you for being here. And last but not least, man, we got this guy. This guy right here, man. Like, listen. Woon. I mean, there's so much I can actually say. Extra extraordinary, bro. Like this super out of this world, unearthly. You're not from this planet. I don't know where you're from. Honestly, I can't say where you're from. I don't even know, but you are not from this planet. The work that you do is remarkable. Some of the stuff that you do, and like you just give us that space to say, somebody did it. Somebody did it right, and they brought it into live action, and it's incredible pieces, man. D-Moon Customs in the building, bro. Thank you for being here, bro. We definitely appreciate you. What's going on with you, man?
No, it's good, man. Thank you so much for having me. Last week, I think because Jason and I have been the longest friends on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, hey, man, I was just on this podcast. And you should jump on, man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, cool. Great.
Yeah,
and here we are. So thank you so much for having me on the show. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Look at your fans out there. People's like, Woon! Holy crap, D Woon in the building. It's like, yo, great to see D Woon.
Look, I should hide that. That's actually blitz that I haven't shown on my page, but there you go.
Hell yeah, bro. Come on, man. Thank you for being here, bro. Your work is impeccable. Like, again, I'm looking at it when I talk to people like Calvin. I'm like, yo, D, he's like, yeah, bro, I've been following you. Where you at? Like, what's going on with you, man? I'm like, yo, this shit is fucking incredible. But yeah, that's just the way it is, man. Thank you so much for being here and gracing us with your presence, man. So we're going to definitely be talking to all you guys in the building. I think Agent Silver Fox went to put his pants on real quick. But man, thank you guys. Thank you guys for definitely being here. And thank you guys out there in the chat. Now, before we actually dive in, as always, it's something that I do each and every week, and that's to always pay homage and give a shout out to some of these places where I get these figures from, and who supply me with some great work, man. Definitely. I want to give a shout out to my man, Ray from Underground Figures. And if you don't already know, now you know. Ray is full transparency, no NRD. On top of that, he will get you that figure in a timely manner. He will respond to you in such a timely manner. Also, you want to jump onto his page, sign up for that newsletter so you will always up to date with what's coming, everything that you're going to actually have and what's coming soon. Again, the guy is incredible, been rocking with the best for the longest time. So make sure that you head over there to Underground Figures. He was on a live show the other day. Everybody was happy to actually have him there, in the chat. Just hanging out, chilling with us. So definitely you want to go over there and talk to my man Ray from Underground if you're looking for those figures. Also, it's the Tale of Two Rays. I got to give a shout out to my man Ray from Hawkwar's Toys. Now, I always actually do this, just update. Again, if you're looking for some of those Grail pieces, again, like that Gladiator Hawk right there, if you're looking for the pieces you can't find, hit him up. Not only do you get the figure that you're looking for, but also he makes sure you get a stick in a comic book to boot. because that's what he does. He's an incredible guy. I love him. You know, he's always taking care of us, and he's just mainly for the community all day, every day. Also, want to give a shout out to your guy and our guy, Watch Your Sixth over here, Comic Relief, Comic Collectibles. Again, if you're looking for it, he got it for you. 1/6 scale, 10 scale, 12 scale, anything you're looking for, my man Watch Your Six got it for you. Along with majority of just comics in general. So definitely head on over there. He's also a proud sponsor of the Spring Figure Flex that we got going over there, the Spring Fever Flex that we got going over there at the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group. As Lumi is in here to actually attest to, and also she be putting people on notice for box watch. So I hope you ain't got no boxes hanging around, Costa. Anyway, thank you, Comic Relief, Comic Collectibles, for definitely being here and always supporting us. And then last but not least, I want to give a shout out to my man Brian Wong over there at Module Space Module Case for always basically making sure that we are taken care of and we have everything that we need. I have that mono. He's going to actually be sending out that mono soon. Once I actually get that, I will be reviewing that on the channel. So definitely, man, shout out to you for always making sure that we have what we need. If you're looking in behind the scenes, if you're looking at Agent Silver Fox's displays, if you're looking at Calvin's displays, you'll see basically that's there. And also, I'm waiting for that collaboration between him and Costa, because Costa be making some great, again, if you're looking at for them garage shelves, also make sure you head over there to my man Costa, because I am I'm just a proud client of what he's been able to actually give us. Look at that back there, bro. Look at all the good. See, here's the thing. We have 3 gentlemen on here, right? Incredible gentlemen that just know how to customize and make stuff and just give us the greatness. Look at that. And on top of that, 2 of them just happen to be Greek. And that's incredible, man. So it must be something in the blood with Greeks. It's just not give you something. It got to be something in the blood, man. Like, definitely got to be something in the blood, man. But definitely thank you for being here, brother. As always, he's like, yeah, right. I do a little sunshine. I do a little sunshine. So thank you for being here, brother, as always. Before we dive in, let's say what's up to the chat. Everybody we got out there, we got my man Mugwamp in the building. Evening all, finally able to catch one of these lives. Hope all are well. Thank you for being here. We got Jeffrey in the building. What's going on with you, brother? As always, yo, happy Sunday. We got Commander Green. Hey, Doc and Eddie, you not kidding. They're freaking awesome. Let's see here. We got a couple of customizer legends. Yeah, see, legends. They ain't saying just like customizers. They saying customizer legends, bro. When you put legends in there, that means you're doing something. And it's crazy when you're a customizer legend that even has a knack for like shaking up the industry in such a great way and causing them to innovate. So you know what? Hats off for y'all for doing it, and keep on doing that shit. Shake and rattle some cages, because I'm gonna tell you like this. 16J, you got a Ray Skywalker coming your way. I don't like to use that Skywalker because I rattle some cages when I say it, but I'm gonna say it just in case anyway. Ray Skywalker. Anyway, definitely, man, you got one coming your way, bro. But definitely thank you guys for doing what you do. We got Docinator in the building. Who else we got out there? We got Chewy's Bandolier, my guy. Hey, Lael. Hey, family. Just hanging with you guys, having some tea and listening to Fleetwood Mac on a beautiful Sunday. Fleetwood, that's what I'm talking about all day. Brandon Salad is in the building. Thank you for being here as always. Who else we got? Blitz in the building. He said Canadian Calvin. You already know how that is. That's what I'm talking about. We got Kiki Sphincter in the building. Thank you for being here. Who else we got in the building? Wingman 42 is here. We got 1/6 Syndicate in the building. What's going on, man? Agent Silver Fox, Go Fans. You already know what time it is, brother. We got Chuck G in the building. Thank you for being here. Ren's Talent Tino is in the building. Thank you for being here. As always, the Booty King is always in here. Docinator, thank you for being here. Striker 47. We got Webb's Love 1122 is in the building. Thank you for being here. What's up, brothers? That Catwoman figure by Jazz Inc. looks fire. Hope they add a civilian outfit to go with the unmasked head sculpt. Probably will. You never know, man. We'll see how that goes. CJP models in the building. Hi, everyone. Who does the best figures, Marvel, Star Wars, or DC? Good question. I think they all have hands in it. We just have to see who does it the best. I guess it's all things subjective. Everybody's going to have a different answer for that. Christian's in here as well. Who else we got? Press X is in the building. And my man, who's always first to the party, Palal89 is in here. Thank you for being here as well, bro. Definitely appreciate having you in here in the building with us. to celebrate. We got Mauler in here as well. Blurred Dad Life is in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. So yeah, just want to make sure that I shout out everybody. Anyway, man, yes. Now, before we get into these incredible customizers, a couple things we want to actually talk about right off the rip, because we did get a few things that kind of happened this week, and we're going to talk about those in orders. And then we're going to get to the good stuff as we always do, because it's definitely something that we actually do over here. Now, we got our favorite webhead who was basically released this week. And that was basically Spider-Man. That was the final blue and red suit that actually came out. Didn't get a chance to talk with you guys, everybody out there fully about it. When we reviewed it, we talked about it briefly during the episode of The Corner last week. But I'm going to start with you, Agent Silver Fox, man. Your thoughts on this, bro? What do you think about this figure? And is this something that's actually coming home for you?
I'm undecided on it
Gotcha.
just now, because I've got 11 or 12 Spider-Men, and I don't think I need another one just now. The thing that pulled me in was the head sculpt. I think it's the best they've done to date. So there was a certain pose that could pull me in.
Yeah.
Like other people have said, as soon as it came out, it did feel a little bit Andrew Garfield in terms of the proportions, the legs. And I've got that figure, and it's not a great figure. So it doesn't resemble this. I just think the proportions, but the head sculpt's fantastic. I do like the classic suit. It's probably my favourite figure in the collection. The VG, I can't remember what number it is, but the Spider-Man from
the classic suit.
The classic suit. That's my favourite figure in my collection. So I don't know about it yet, to be honest. I'm completely Star Wars out my face at the moment. So I can't get my head around it. I might pick it up later. I don't know. I'm normally excited by a lot of Spider-Man releases, but when this came out, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been doing some DIY. Maybe it's just brain drain from being hit by a truck lately. With everything, So it's, I like keeping about 25 pre-orders. I'm actually now at 43. I was at 40. No, I'm now at 43. So
crazy, bro.
And I'll tell you something that later on. I'll tell you something that I've done that I think you'll be shocked. But
what's that?
Yeah. I'll tell you later on.
You're gonna tell? Okay, you're gonna tell us later, man. I think I'm right there with you, bro. Because when it dropped last week. And I know I should have been excited about it because it was the final suit, the final rendition that I wanted from the IP. And like Calvin said, it's good to actually have this figure out there, that, we can finish that line. The only problem was, I think it was an onslaught of what we actually got within these past couple of weeks, with the powers of the dark side, some of those, customized exclusives, that basically have been released and stuff. It was just so much of that was going on that kind of like I got drowned in, you know what I mean? And when this dropped, like the emotion wasn't there as it should have been. Not to say that it's not an amazing piece to have, and not to say that I don't have this on pre-order, because I do. As a matter of fact, I haven't paid off already. But it was the simple fact that it just came out of the most inopportune time for me. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was crazy. Like I didn't really get that emotion around it, or that excitement around it like I wanted to. So I'm not really sure what it might have been, but I'm right there with you, brother. It was bittersweet. Finally out there, finally able to complete that line, but it's just I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I can't really say. Lumi, what are your thoughts now? I know, Lumi, I know you sitting in that cam seat right now. I ain't getting this. But what you think about it?
I think it looks really good. It's their best head sculpt they've done for the character so far. So
yeah,
I think it looks really good. I just hope they were talking about on Mafias last night, the stitching. I hope the stitching doesn't, rip on anybody or anything.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it definitely does look good. I mean, I think it came out pretty well. Costa, what's your thoughts behind this, man? Is this something that you're going to get in the collection that you've been waiting for?
Yeah, and in the words of Peter 2 and Peter 3, screw this guy. Because why can't they get the mask right on the other ones? And
Yeah,
for some reason,
bro.
they have no problems getting the mask right on this one. Now, for me, I think it looks like a great figure. I'm not fond of the shininess. Also, it was like less than 5 seconds in the end of the movie. So I'm looking forward to the next movie that is in development right now that will be filming soon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a pause on it because these guys don't mess up Tom Holland. Like, for some reason, Tom Holland went to them and said, "Listen, you MFers, my head sculpt looks like me. Okay,
My head sculpt is important.
That's it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wonder. You know what? I wonder if they went through the approval process and he's like, "No, not that one. No, I don't like it. No, Zendaya. What do you think? What do you think, Zendaya? Yeah,
she's probably not. Hell nah.
And that one. Thank you. Zendaya says that one's the good one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Definitely, bro. And I think you're absolutely right, bro. Yeah, you are absolutely right. They give so much love to Tom, and they make sure that he is taken care of because they get his head right, his proportions right, you know, everything about it. And it is, you know, rightfully so, because it is his IP, it is his movie. You know what I mean? So I get that. But I think when you're bringing in the other two, and you made that, you know, especially going on with all three films, you made it such, you know, with that one, a crescendo, you have to do them all. I mean, you have to be all in on all of them. You know what I mean? Upgrades on the body, making sure that they look good, because aesthetically, and you bring up an interesting point. Getting this in my collection, I want to see how it's going to look with the other two, because it's obvious like this is going to be a standout. You know what I mean? And if, you know, proportionately and aesthetically, is it going to look good? You know what I mean, with everyone else. So, you know, that is definitely a great point with that. Calvin, man, your thoughts on this piece, bro?
Same thing I've said all week. I'm just happy to finally finish this line. Everybody has said everything about this figure, how great it is. That goes without being said. I'm just happy to finally close this chapter because, damn, that was deep.
Yeah, definitely, man. It was definitely a deep line, and you know, we had some when it comes to the figure, we had some hits and we had some misses. You know what I mean? So we already know how that is, bro. So again, you know, to be able to actually have some really good hits, you know, I'm all in on that, bro. Definitely. You know, I'm all in. Now let's, like, you know, so the entire time I was talking about this piece, I wanted to go over to Jay, because I was thinking about this. I was like, yo, you know what would be crazy? If somebody created a battle damaged, like a battle damaged, almost damn near mummified version of this piece. And I was like, the only person I could think of that could do some shit like that, literally, is you. You know what I mean? And that would be crazy. Do you ever think of, when you see figures like this, because I know like a majority of some of the stuff you do Star Wars, and I did see you did like a couple of Marvel pieces as well. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And DC figures as well, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Marvel, DC.
Yeah. So when you see, like, for instance, and this is what I was wondering, I was like, does Jay see these pieces and sometimes it'll be like, you know what, it looks good, but it's just too clean?
100%, mate. 100%.
Right.
Like, this particular figure, like, I do like it. It's okay. But like the sculpt, like everyone's been saying, the sculpt is bang on with this. But one thing that's bugging me about most of the Spider-Man figures is the hands. Like, and because the whole suit is material, but the hands are plastic.
Yeah.
And I know that's not like an easy thing to obviously correct, but it's just one thing that's always put me off this figure.
Yeah.
In general. And I just, I know it's something so small, but it's something so important as well. I don't know. Yeah,
It's sort of. I made this reference to it like about when we were talking about the Andrew Garfield figure.
Yeah.
And how those hands almost damn near look like Mickey Mouse gloves. You know what I mean? Because they were so puffy, they were bright, and they weren't really aesthetically. They didn't match, the suit.
Yeah.
You have the material suit, but then the gloves stand out as if he dipped his gloves in water because they were so glossy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it. I'm right there with you, bro.
I mean, the rest of the suit, like, yeah, okay, it's a little bit shiny.
Yeah.
But I can get past that. But yeah, the main thing that stood out for me was the head sculpt. So if I was to buy it, it would literally just be for that head sculpt.
Yeah. Because that head sculpt, bro, they killed it when it comes to time.
That, man. Like the likeness of Tom Holland in that is just incredible.
It's there. Like it's just phenomenally great when it comes to that. Woon, what else?
Sorry, see on this photo, it might be the photo, but the hands look okay in this.
Yeah,
in that one, yeah. But the Andrew Garfield is absolutely shocking.
Yeah, it is. It is. That Andrew Garfield is crazy. Like I don't know why they did that. The way they did it. And getting it in hand, when you have the Andrew Garfield in hand, you can try to take some attention off of it. But one of the biggest flaws that they had was not just the hands, but even the neck. Like you can't really move at all. Like he always looks down. You know what I mean? So that was incredibly terrible about it. But yeah, I get it, bro. It I guess is in certain photos when you see it, like, here it looks okay. Here it's kind of fuzzed out, but you can see the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can see the difference between, even here, you see the difference, even in the difference with the paint application as well, because it's darker than the suit. You know what I mean? So again, hopefully in the future they can, correct something like that. D-Woon, like what you think about this piece, man? You think, when it comes to it, aesthetically it's there. What's your thoughts on the head sculpt? You think it's, they done a good job on this piece?
Yeah, I think it looks fantastic. And I always wonder if the person behind it, so like Tom Holland, right? He's looking at this, he's getting it approved, his team's getting it approved. You're looking at yourself in 1/6 scale, and I think that must be the strangest thing.
Right.
In front of your face, in a little tiny thing, right?
Yeah, right.
I think like everyone has said, I think they nailed it. Ironically, I love the idea of Spider-Man figures. The practicality of Spider-Man figures, on the other hand, like I don't have a single Spider-Man figure for that reason.
Okay.
The dynamism of it, like I think is fantastic. Like the way you're able to pose it, swinging through your collection, that sort of thing. But the moment you bend his elbow for 30 seconds, a minute, whatever you want to, however long you want to pose your thing, you unfurl it, and now it's creased.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is coming from a guy who has every collection of his, like every figure of mine is in a museum pose. So I'm not the right person to ask about that.
I'm the same, mate. I'm the same. All of mine are all in museum poses. I've had people actually comment on my stuff and say, like, are you actually going to put one in a dynamic pose?
Yeah. And then that's the thing. I pose the shit out of my figures, bro. I will pose the hell out of it. And I will tell you firsthand, and Ian, you can also the same thing with the, like, even with the VGM classic suit. One of the things that I have a problem with that figure, major problem, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but up in the neck, it creases, bro, and you can't. I have to bring it down, and I have to keep because it creases up here a lot, and I'm like, oh, like it's a major problem. And then when you, like, again, if you're posing these figures and you try to do a museum pose, you got to kind of futz with the suit to kind of get out the wrinkles, disguise them, hide them a certain way. It is. But here's the thing: I think it's less of a problem when you have figures like this with the material versus when they give you like that rubberized material. You know what I mean? Because that's even worse. It's wrinkles. It's just like you can't change it. It's definitely crazy, man. But everybody out there in the chat, let me know what you think about this piece. If it's something that you're going to get, something you're excited for, let us know what you think in the comments, man. Definitely below, man. You know, we always want to know how you feel about it. Another one, and this was basically a reveal that we got last week. This was something that was confusing to me, and that just lets you know like how much I paid attention to it, because I didn't know, and I think Calvin, you were the one that said it in the chat, that I didn't know the difference between the Dark Knight version and the Dark Knight Rises version. I completely forgot. And I'm talking about the actual Armory. So we got the Batman Armory with both Bruce Wayne, and it's a 2.0 version. But then we also basically got which can be, it is almost matching DX19, but it's more of an upgraded suit. It looks better. They did some improvements and everything on this. Calvin, like seeing this now, first off, did you have the first version before the 2.0?
I did not. I needed it, and I was looking forward to the Rises version, but I had never ordered it. And of course, granted, I've got my ways of being able to get things through individuals, but this was a breath of fresh air, because when I saw it, I thought that Rises had released.
Yeah, that's the same thing I thought.
When did he get the suit? Like, did they just throw that shit in? Like, where did it come from?
Yeah.
Okay. So, being that I never ordered the other one, and they've got the power pose, I was like, well, damn, I've got a little extended time. I'll just order this one now. So put my order in. So, but it's been a minute since I've done anything really DC, because I know Renz, you in the chat, he's been on me about the armored Batfleck version. I hadn't ordered that one yet. And so outside of my Batmobiles, I really haven't worried about my DC side of things, with so much Star Wars coming out as of late, but this brought me back.
Yeah, it definitely did. And again, it wasn't something initially that I was going to really order until I really studied the DX9, the suit, and the differences and the things that they got right and the things that they corrected versus the DX19. I'm talking about with the cowl, with everything, the suit in general, it looks better. And then have this, Bruce Wayne, which I had no idea. I was under the impression that this was a power pose. You know what I mean? But then they said, nah, this is a fully articulated figure. And I was like, oh, okay. When I guess that makes sense then. Now, I can, see myself, especially if you wanted to complete that line, if you wanted to make a really, really decent display. Costa, I want to go to you next on this, because I know we are now drifting in the realm of 2.0s, and you have your thoughts about it. You do basically have your thoughts, and you've been very vocal about these 2.0s, and them always giving us the 2.0s. What are your thoughts behind it, bro?
Well, I like to joke sometimes, and I say, like, you can have 2.0s, except for the ones that I have. You can't 2.0 those figures, because there are all those people out there. Yeah, I understand you want to have value associated with your collection. I get it. I am a little different. Hasbro burned me back in the 90s and early 2000s with like, just limited this. Let's put it with a board game with that. Let's do this. 2.0s has been a part of toys since like forever, for decades and decades. Hasbro does it all the time. McFarlane even does it.
Yeah.
2.0s are necessary. One, I want the thing. We're in a collector a genre with the 1/6 that we want realism. So if the 1.0 was okay, the 2.0, I'm looking for something better. So I am all for 2.0s. I'm even for reissues, because if it was a banger of a figure to begin with, and then they're just like, all right, we'll bring it out. We'll get these new collectors that come in. It's been like 5+ years. Let's change it up. I know people are going to disagree with me. People are going to like flame me in the comments maybe, but 2.0s are necessary. Technology changes, upgrades are necessary. Look at the old Star Wars versus the new Star Wars, and your collection's not going to be worth that much. Not going to be worth thousands and thousands and millions of dollars unless you have a lot of figures. It's not like vintage Star Wars. Vintage Star Wars, 2.0s are okay. That's all I gotta say.
There you go, bro. There you go. Definitely, man. I look at this and I was like, mind you, I have to say this live. I had no intentions at first on getting this. I did get enabled.
Don't put that shit on me. I don't want to hear it.
The person who basically says it is always the person that's guilty. They are always guilty when they speak out. They speak out. They are always guilty about it. And I knew you was gonna say something that is basically proving your guilt. Yes,
I
you
ain't
did.
got no guilt.
Yes, you did.
My order. What you do on your side is what you do on your side.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be active in the chat. That's it. I was like, yo, Ray, up, sir. Let me get one too. Send my email. That was it. Nothing had to say, Layel, put your shit in too. One had nothing to do with the other.
Hey, D Woon, Jay, don't.
Yeah, see how they throw you under the bus like that?
This motherfucker, he enabled me. He's trying to act like he didn't, but he did. I'm not.
Hey man, I'm Switzerland.
Yeah, man, he enabled me. Lumi, what you think about this piece? I mean, again, I know you live on this side of Cam, but what do you basically think about this right now?
I think it looks good. I mean, they can only improve. It's a 2.0.
Yeah.
But for every 2.0 we get, they need to have 2 new figures that don't use any of the pieces and parts from any other figures that they ever made.
True.
We need Nokoye. We need a name, or we need these characters. Like, you can release as many 2.0s as you want. The money you get from those 2.0s needs to go to you making new stuff.
New stuff.
Any of your previous molds, previous, like, the 2.0s are supposed to fund the new stuff. So buy all the 2.0s y'all want. Just hot toys. Y'all need to use that money to fund new IP, new stuff. Don't just keep making the same stuff over and over again. You don't need 40 versions of the same character. This one's slightly better, you guys. This one has the intricacy. Nobody needs to see all that.
So, you know what? You bring up an interesting point. So, do you think that it becomes an excuse? Like it's more of an excuse. Like now they're making excuses with these 2.0s. Like, you really do bring up an interesting point. Like, if you got money to throw into these and you're getting money for it, then you should have also money to take a chance on new ideas. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean? Like things out there that you haven't done, that you haven't given a chance to. There's figures that are basically sitting in purgatory that you still haven't released. Need I say, I'm still waiting. If they get past the powers of the dark side and they do not give us those Inquisitors, man, I'm done. Like, come on, man. Y'all been waiting. I've been waiting on those for the longest time, and we still don't have them. Give us those Inquisitors. Stop playing. So I need to get the rest of them to complete my line. Don't play with me. Don't sit there and just hold them off. We need them. But yeah, now I appreciate your thoughts on that, because that's a mic drop right there. That definitely is a mic drop. Ian, what's your thoughts on this piece, man? Is this something that you were looking at, or is this something you're like, oh, it's good, it's dope, but I'm not getting it?
Okay, let's start off with the 2.0 thing. It's all about balance for me, Leo. I've said that to you before. 2.0s or 3.0s. Christ, we've even had 4.0s. It's about balance. I want new. I want innovation. I want new IPs. I collect all the IPs and I collect iconic movie figures. Is on top. So I feel a little bit flat about this coming out. One, I'm not getting it. I love the Dark Knight trilogy and I've got all those figures apart from Scarecrow. But I'm not getting this. My honest opinion, I'm really not impressed by this head sculpt. I made a joke about it that he looks like he's actually just come out of the Tibetan mountains and he's not warmed up yet. He looks like Dracula.
It's the cheeks,
man. He's whiter than my ass. So it's... But I can see the difference in the suit, and it looks cool, but it's not for me. I'm spent on the Dark Knight unless they release a Scarecrow I'd pay for that. I had the original Scarecrow. The body was absolutely awful, so that got sold. And if they released a new one, I would pick that up. But other than that, I'm out on the Dark Knight. So I'm not picking this up. It looks cool, and for those that want it, I'm happy for you. I remain firm on that head sculpt. The paint apps is really not great. And again, listen, I don't know how many figures I've got, 250, 270. It takes the luster off if you start seeing 2.0s and 3.0s in a short period of time. I've got a huge amount of money invested in these, not to make money. It's my collection, it's just fun.
Yeah.
But when you start seeing things churning out, and there's so many more iconic figures that people want, focus on that and laterally grow the community. I get people want the 2.0s, either they want a better figure or they want something that they can't get, or they're not willing to spend that money on the secondary market. I get that, but it's all about balance. But there needs to be new. For me, it should be like an 80 or 90, 20 or 10 split. New stuff, new figures to a re-release or a 2.0.
So you're erring on the side of, definitely what Lumi has been saying as well. You know what I mean? Like, put money into like new stuff as well instead of doing all. And now granted, we know that a lot of this is also leading up into the 85th anniversary of Batman, Warner Brothers, stuff like that. We already know they're doing that. But I think you're right. Before we get there, you need to actually go back and revisit some of the IPs and stuff that we actually, because again, there's no excuse for us not to have, and I'm gonna keep on harping on this. It's no excuse for us not to have Beige Malvis. That never dropped, and that was a phenomenal figure. I know it was years ago, but you still didn't give us that. You still. There's no reason why we should still be waiting for Kit Fisto, and that never dropped. You know what I mean? Come on, man. There's no reason why basically you release an entire film. You go back and you release, the Marvels, but we don't get any of those figures, those feature figures from that line. We haven't gotten an Okoye yet. That was $1 billion film that we got, and she's been featured in so many different IPs, like so many different movies. Like, come on, man. Like, let's think about those things. Let's think about giving us something new versus what we constantly see right here. Let me ask you a question, D. Woon. Like, do you think that sometimes the space does get oversaturated with, again, we don't mind it, and we know that there's innovation, especially like even as a customizer, like you might evolve. You see something, you're like, okay, I could have did this better. Let me try this. And then you evolve that figure into something completely different, which is completely fine. But as a customizer, what you also do is give us something different. You know what I mean? So do you think that this sometimes can make or break, the space that we're in right now?
Okay, so I think there are two things in regards to 2.0s.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't mind 2.0s. I love it. Like you guys said, like when you miss the figure and they re-release it, you're just like, oh, nice. I get updated paint applications, all that kind of stuff. I think it's perfect. So from an artistic point of view, I have now made Commander Thorn about 9 times.
Wow.
The 9th time, and I've gone with a more like realistic interpretation of him.
Gotcha.
And so from an artistic point of view, like being able to re-release and remake a figure, I think is so important as you develop your skill, you develop your craft. Ultimately Hot Toys is a business, but they're also a collective of artisans.
Yeah.
So for them to be able to come back to it and do a 2.0, 3.0, a 7.0 at some point, I think it's kind of cool. Yeah. Part of it as well is the fact that they are a business.
Yeah.
And, majority of the parts they already have. So they have all the molds. And this is why you keep seeing re-releases, right? Like the Obi-Wan figure that just came out. People were like, it's just a bunch of reuses. Yes, it is. And that's how they make their money. I've already made the molds. I've already made the parts. So I'm just going to rehash this figure and basically make money quickly. And I'm guessing that's also part of the business strategy. I don't think this gets talked a lot about because people are like, it's all reuse and stuff like that. But Yeah, it's definitely interesting, at least to me. Like, I find it interesting how they repackage certain figures and kind of like, the business decisions behind that in order to, generate more profit to develop new projects.
Yeah.
I think maybe there is an aspect of that too, where they use all these, parts that are reused, sell it quickly, exclusives, and then use the money maybe for new projects that we've never seen. But, who knows?
Who knows? Definitely, like I said, I mean, we know as far as like the business practices and how they actually do it, there is one of those situations to whereas, okay, we have to make money to fund. And like when we look at both parts of it, it's like, okay, because I think even us as, and I said this before, even us as collectors are guilty of this as well. Like, I have to associate. I'm gonna put this in the category of Star Wars because I love Star Wars so fucking much. So we ask for certain characters, right?
Yeah.
We ask for certain pieces, and I'm gonna give you an example. Everybody asked for Lando Calrissian for years. Wanted that figure for years. We wanted it. We asked for it. We desired it. We were like, yo, that would be an instant PO. Once it comes, it's going to sell out. I'm getting it. I need it and whatever. And what happened was they released that figure and it sat for a long ass time. Same thing happened with Cyborg. People asked for that figure from, the DC line. It sat for a long ass time. So the thing is, when we ask, and I employ people to do this because
got it up.
What you say?
Constantine's showing it at the moment.
Yeah, right. Like look at that.
This is an amazing figure. I even have Sideshow's Skiff Lando. So I don't understand. Maybe it was because they made a gajillion of them, but this is a fantastic figure. I mean, look at it.
It's a phenomenal piece,
get
bro.
Some Colt 45.
I have mine posed with a Force 40, a Colt 45 can in his hand. But there's that dude. But here's the thing: we've asked for this for the longest time. We asked for these pieces, and then and again, another point is Mace is dropped. That Mace figure is basically out now. I think that Mace is now going to wait list. So again, we've shown that people will put their money where their mouth is, and they were waiting for it. But my point is when you ask for these figures and it's brand new, in order for us to get more, you have to support it. You have to get it if you really want it and if you've been asking for it. Because if you don't, then they are going to fall back in that line and say, okay, good, we need to actually approach it from a different way. 2.0s. Let's just start 2.0, some of the stuff that people love. And on top of that, it does give people a chance who never got a chance to get this figure to finally have it in their collection. I never had it, and there's an interest for it because of how I have it displayed down there. I'll get it. But I do believe that we need to also branch out. And if they give us the new, we have to support the new. Because if we don't support the new, then we're not going to. It's like, again, if we're asking for it, support it so we can get more of it. But I understand both sides of the coin. You know what I mean? Like on both sides, how people are really, really feeling about, this piece. Jay, what are your thoughts on it? Before I get to you really quick, you remember that breath of fresh air that Costa was talking about? Like he said, yo, we don't need another breath of fresh air than somebody who's just phenomenal. We need more breath of fresh air on this panel. I mean, she is definitely a breath of fresh air. And so glad to have her here with us. She's basically behind the scenes right now. We got Mandy in the building with us. Mandy, how are you?
Hello. Very sweaty, very, very mucky, covered in dog slobber. But you know what?
So glad to have you here with us, as always. So good to have you in the building with us.
Thank you for having me.
In there.
Yeah. Sorry for being late. I've just packed up all my stuff and I've just done this dog charity day, like doggy photo booth, taking pictures of loads and loads of dogs. So
yeah, definitely. So glad to have you in here. Like everybody's excited to see you here. So definitely to have you in here.
Hello.
As always, we do appreciate that. So I'm gonna get to you in just a second here. Jay, your thoughts on this piece, man. Is this something where again, like we're talking about the 2.0s versus, and then like I said, my brethren who's in the building, shout out to my man Six Scale Reviews, my man Dan, cheating ass Dan. The reason why he's not on here is because he's just a busy man. He's always busy doing, and he's probably out there cheating right now because that's what he does. But he said the original is 8.5 years old. This 2.0 is warranted, and like you've been saying, like you said before, D Woon, like I said, it's one of those situations where if you can advance it, if you can take it and make something better, because I know we had some faults out there, with some of these pieces before, it's a chance to kind of reinvigorate like just the IP and, get other people that are interested in it, missed out on it. They can actually have a chance to get it. But Jay, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, I like it. I think it's okay. I haven't seen it in hand, but going by the photos, I think it looks okay. But I just think, like obviously everyone else has been saying, I just think that the money that they've put into this, they could be putting into other projects and stuff. I think obviously if they're going to be doing 2.0s, I think there should be more involved than what was put into this. Like I noticed in the comments, someone said about an Artesian version. So obviously like having maybe like the hair, like real hair or something. That adding that into it, like from the first version to this version, having that's something that might push me to want to buy this 2.0 version. But what they've included with this compared to the first, it just doesn't feel like it's enough.
Got
you. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not bad. It's not a bad figure. I think looking at it, it looks good, but it's not enough to make me go, I want that. And it's just not for me. I don't think personally.
Got you. Nah, that's completely understandable there. And like you said, it's to give these modifications, these when they're modifying these figures, okay, that's cool, but what else could you have done? Exactly. But we also know, though, here's the problem: when we go in the land of artisan, what do? They're gonna last that again. Exclusive tag on it, and then everybody has to stand in line for it, and then that's a fucking headache.
That's the only thing.
Can I just like quickly say on the whole like exclusive thing, right? Like I think Hot Toys got so tired of releases just sitting on a shelf that they're like, you know what, we're gonna sell out this time, and we're gonna make 1,500 units. So you guys are gonna buy it, right? And also creates the whole hype.
That's what they do.
Like honestly, with the Umbra figure, like I've always wanted to make that figure.
Yeah.
And so when it dropped, I was like, oh, awesome. I'm gonna jump for it. But I think if it was not an exclusive, I reckon it would have been one of those figures that just sat on the shelf for 100%. A long time.
It creates the hype. Just having exclusive plastered over it just creates that hype. So it's a marketing strategy for, like you say, they're a business. They're going to do this. It's like with their Iron Mans. As soon as they released their first Iron Man, they knew that they were onto a gold mine with that because it was Mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to like 50. That's just a gold mine.
Let me ask you a question though, because this is okay, and this is the space that I'm in, and I was talking about this the other day. Because I understand the whole thing of exclusivity. And I understand that basically if you don't want something to sit on the shelf, and this is where they're going, because they know that there are certain figures out there that are important to the consumer and the collectors. They want it. But then there are also certain figures out there that they feel as though I could potentially sit if they release it. And we don't know and understand. Well, maybe it's also a sentiment, but, not really trusting the consumer as much. Because of past experiences. But my question is, troopers, though, because people like to army build, right? So when you have a trooper that you mark as exclusive, but internal top, but not even beyond that, though, this figure came with 3 different iterations, 3 different helmets, and you only give us one. Even if they do market it as an exclusive, they could have gave us because they've deviated away from troopers being 2-packs ever since we've actually gotten the 2-pack versions from the the Force Awakens, the First Order troopers, because that was the last and from what I'm remembering, that was the last time we got a 2-pack of troopers. You know what I mean? In general, they've deviated from that and actually just given us just the single versions, like single figures. So I'm like, if you're going to do that, knowing people that Army built, at least rule of two with those troopers, give us a 2-pack and then do it as an exclusive. And I think it would make sense, because if you already do an artisan, that's almost $400 or $500 anyway. Why not do a 2-pack for $400 or $500 and still people? And if you want to market it as an exclusive, at least you give it any advantage that people to say, okay, all I have to do, log in once, try my chance of getting this, and that's all I have to worry about. You know what I mean? Like it just.
Yeah, I think the biggest blunder, if I would say, that Hot Toys has made was not making a huge batch of plain clone troopers. Like that was the thing that did not make sense to me. They put so much into the 501st figures. There were so many. They were on the shelf for years, and thank God, I love it. It's what I use. I need those. But the Attack of the Clones troopers, like when it first released, like my contacts in Hong Kong were telling me it's a small batch. So if you want to jump on it, you should jump on it. And that made no sense. Like even now, like it's gone from like 220 pounds to like 300.
Yep.
Something. It's crazy.
Yep. It's insane, because luckily enough, like a shout out to my man Ray from Underground Figures. I hit him up and said, look, I need 2. Right off the rip, I need 2. I need 2. Rule of 2 for me. I need 2. I'm not going to Army build past that, but I definitely need 2 of them. So can you basically sit at the side? And he did. So I managed to do that. But you're right. They didn't make it in abundance. And they also, you know what? They also sometimes even do that with stormtroopers. Just regular white stormtroopers. It's a low volume and those go quick. You know what I mean? So we've actually seen that as well, which makes me wonder, like, why, when it comes to troopers, of all things, there should be an abundance of those, because people will buy, even if they don't buy it immediately, they'll go back and buy more. Oh, I need to have more, you know, especially like if you want to send them out. Like I do think that they should do something like that, because it would make so much more sense if they did something.
Actually, now that you mention it, like, do you know the whole like Hono studio, like the little like division of Hot Toys? That,
Yeah.
Right. If you were to turn that studio, I know it's meant for like X-Men and that sort of thing, but if you created that sort of thing for troopers, and you just churn those out for a budget price, people will just go crazy. Like that would be such a great business idea. Hot Toys, if you're listening, jump on
nuts. People would go nuts over that, because basically, like, you can do something like that, and they're doing those Hano figures at such a lower price. You know, people would jump on it. You can get abundance of it. You know, it's something that they can. And mind you, Hano, X-Men 97 just ended. Y'all need to go through that entire line. I don't know what you're waiting on. There's something wrong with that. Let's get it going. But anyway, no, you're right. You're definitely right. That would be a chance for them to kind of innovate. Mandy, before I go to you real quick, we got a super chat here, but my man Choose being earlier. Sometimes 2.0s might stall innovation, but they can also push it too. One day soon, I'd love to join the panel on bro, if you have me. Bro, hell yeah. You let me know, brother. You let me know whenever you want to jump on. I would love to actually have you on.
Leo,
wait.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say he needs to go through the initiation. So if he thinks he can handle that,
we'll put him.
He is more than welcome.
We'll put him through that. We'll definitely put him through that.
Agent Silverfox is the worst at it. Remember that. You know, he's the initiation.
Yeah, because he'll have you running down the street butt ass naked for like an hour and then run back home. Like that's part of the. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Ian?
Listen, when you go to university in Scotland, that's running down the street naked is the least of your worries.
In the snow as well. Yeah,
absolutely. So, just going on, I agree with Jay. Right, Jay picked up on 2.0 and it's not enough. Here's my concept on the 2.0s. Sorry to step back. I come from an electronic hardware and software engineering background. 2.0s are a big thing. So if you go from a 1.0 processing chip to a 2.0, you're really wanting to double the processing speed. Are these figures double what the 1.0 is? They're absolutely not. Now, updates, absolutely. Is it a 1.2 or something like that? So D-Woon, I totally agree with you. Doing versions, so I call them versions. So I've got one here that always sits on my desk, Rovinich, right? He does versions. So he's got updates, you know, that's on here. There's a 1.0, there's a 1.5. He does different versions. Throw out lots of those, but don't mark it as 2.0s. I have, and it's probably my education, my job in engineering. 2.0 is a big thing. You double your performance.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to improve, like as you said, I totally agree with you, and come out with different technology, updates, etc. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's not 2.0s. And the head sculpt, the paint app, isn't good. So I have to play devil's advocate. Bring out different versions, but don't call them 2.0s, or just re-release with an update, a 1.1. Then I would feel, right, okay, I'm okay with that. But it's a 1.0 to a 2.0? Absolutely no way. In my previous jobs, designing hard, like mission critical servers, if I was going to a client, we've got a 1.0 and this is a 2.0 equivalent, we would be dead. There's no way. If you're 2.0, again, it's my background, it's my job, it's a churn. So I feel quite strong about how it's marketed as a 2.0. I'd give them more respect if they went and said it's a 1.5.
Yeah, like just you know, I get it, and I think, you know, what in the argument is definitely, like I said, we welcome those 2.0s, but if you're calling it a 2.0, there has to be more added to it, you know, or just like some different deviations from the original, you know, not just the simple fact that you're doing the tailoring, you know, better, you're doing the head sculpt better, the paint apps better, you're revamping the actual suit. There's you know what, and that's the thing is, like, when they, and I know that, you know, from a business standpoint, they have their reasonings for it, and I don't pretend to know what they, and the thing is, like you said, you're right, even from a technical standpoint, we're on like what, 2.85 when it comes to the iPhones. You know what I mean? Like, we're constantly every year we're getting a 2.
I was just thinking that with the iPhones, they used to do the 4S, the 5, the 5S.
Yep.
So it was a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly the same. But now they're doing 12, 13, 14, 15. It's like I've still got the 12 because I can't be asked because it's not that much different. You know, apart from the camera, and it's like I use a camera, so to me, it's like, you know.
Yeah, you're right. I was on my third, and again, people already know the story. I had my iPhone 13. I was rocking with that. I had the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Was rocking with that for the longest time. I paid it off. I was like, I ain't got to worry about buying another phone. Everybody's phone is paid off. All we're paying for is this the monthly service fee, this, that, and the third. I took my black ass to the gym, was working out, doing my cardio and all that. Went to pick up the phone with my sweaty ass hands, and it dropped on the weight bench. Crack.
Oh dear.
Smashed. It smashed, and not only did it smash. Now, mind you, when it smashes, you can just go get the actual screen replaced, and you're good to go. I can do that and still rock with it. Hell no. It crashed even the board at the bottom, so basically I couldn't do anything. Had to completely. And what'd you say?
S22 Ultra. I dropped this phone 2 stories. Fine.
Samsung don't play.
They don't.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
S21 Ultra.
You try that with a Nokia 3310. That seems acceptable.
It's like a throwing star.
Yo,
iPhones are like flipping Cinderella's glass slippers, aren't they? You know. I mean, come on. How did she run away in those glass slippers? They were.
Leo, see, just sorry, one final thing on the 2.0, because there's a few photographers on the panel. One of my older cameras is a Sony A7R3A. The original Sony A7R3, the difference from the 3A was the updated the LCD screen, hugely different resolution, and there was a firmware update, but you could get that elsewhere. If that was in Figure World, they'd call it a 2.0.
Yeah.
Sony called it a 3A. So I'm trying to push all the technology aspect around it to the figures. You know, so that's my grievance, especially as I know people don't like the term veteran collector, but I am. So
yeah, a lot of us are. Yeah, definitely, bro. I get that. I definitely get that. Speaking of which, you know, who likes to T-point everything in the cheating atmosphere? We got Dan, who, motherfucker, did you have to actually do all of them on the display, bro? Like, did you have to do that shit? Like, did you have to?
I was making my video.
No, but I know you. That's an excuse, bro. Because we know you have them. I know you got them, and I know you were getting them, bro. But did you have to do that shit now? Like right now, bro?
Yes. I did.
And then you just go shine a light on the asshole. Asshole.
Yes.
What's going on, man? We got cheating ass Dan in the building. They're like, hey yo. But what do you think about this? Because you did say something in the you know what Ren said, cheating lounge and that. Yeah, there's a ring to it. We might as well call it that. But you said something in the chat interesting. You was like, you know, because this was years out when they did the original, so to have a 2.0 version on this, you know, is definitely. I want to go to your thought there, and then I also want to go to your thought about this one versus the Risers version, and which one you prefer and which one are you going to get?
Okay. So I guess first, like, yeah, the original one was made a long time ago, well before I started collecting. But you know, that being said, like it was a matter of time when they were going to do this one again. Like it was just going to happen. Now, whether or not if it's worthy, I mean, that's kind of up to you. I mean, the suit definitely, like, they just fixed like all the little shit. Like, it's not really anything that's like crazy different, like some of you have said, like from the original. It's really not. It's pretty much the same shit. But it's like it's nice. It looks good. I'm definitely gonna be getting this version because I never got the original, and I wasn't gonna pay those crazy prices. Back when I started collecting, so because this thing shot up in price like crazy once it was gone. So I'm happy it's back, but you know, I know for those who have the original, it's probably not worth getting this again just because it's probably so similar. For just the upgrades, you know. So it's cool, but I just knew that they were gonna do all of these again. Like it's Hot Toys, man. They're gonna do all that shit again. It's just a matter of time. Like it's just a matter of time. Like they did the Bane again, they did the Catwoman again. Like this was bound to happen. So I'm not surprised, but it's kind of funny that they did it right after the update of the Rises one. It's just funny that they just dropped this one because they know that this is the one that everyone probably would prefer. At least in my eyes.
And that's what I'm wondering, like, because with the Rises, with the Power Pose versus this one,
that's the thing. That's what kills me is that Power Pose. That's what I didn't want to buy. I didn't get it. Is because I didn't like having a figure that I can't mess with. It's just a statue. Like if I'm gonna get a statue, I'm gonna pay $670 for a Sideshow premium format for something bigger or better. You know. But like for that price to get a statue, I'm cool, bro. So with this, at least you get the Bruce Wayne figure, the suit, and I think that's cool. But I think this is the one to get if you're really looking for an Armory. But the Rise one is cool. If you like it, you like it. If not, then you know.
Hey Dan, check it out. So while you're here, bro, I wasn't gonna get this.
What did you get?
I wasn't going to get this one. Like this wasn't one of the ones that I was going to get, you know, and I was, you know, I did a live on Friday, just talking about it. You know, I was going to pass it up, bro. You know, like one person on here had the nerve, like when they always talking about like friends, like your friends, you see how they do you, like you don't have it, and you have no plans on getting it, but then your friends always try to persuade you doing it, like they just do you dirty. Remember that statement that was made like weeks ago? Like somebody would make that statement, and then they did that shit to me live. Live. He did it to me live, bro. He was like, yo, and he did it subliminally, because you know what he did? He was like, hey, yo, Ray, I'm putting my order in this, real quick. My orders, and I sent you out because this is fire. This is crazy. I gotta have it. And then what Ray did was double down and was like, yeah, Leo, you need this. You can get this because it's only a year away. I mean, it's a year away. You don't have to worry about it. It's not like something that's going to be coming soon, so you'll have time to do it.
Yep.
So yeah, I was baited, not baited, but somebody did on this panel. They don't want to say that they did, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I ain't going to call nobody out. But if that person speaks up, then they're guilty. I'm just going to say it that way.
That's funny. Yeah, dude. I mean, you're not wrong. There you go. You have Armory now, Leo. Nah, I knew it was coming. So I'm assuming you're getting it too, Calvin?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Hey. I thought he was a Star Wars kid, He ain't about that DC life.
Yeah.
What you mean? Have you not seen my display that I put so much precious time in, bro? With the tumbler, with the Joker,
I always see some Jen Erso shit and everything else.
Of course. But I'm a well-rounded individual, bro. What you talking about, man? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Leo, I'm going to enable you. One more attempt with this figure. Come on, watch. Come on.
Ah, damn.
Ooh. That's how we doing?
Why?
Wow.
Why? Don't buy the Armory. If you're a Star Wars man, this is it.
I mean, I got that too. But I mean,
Oh, you know I got that shit, bro. You know what the fuck Sideshow did to me with that, bro. You know it. I had that motherfucker on pre-order, and then they came back and said, oh, sorry, we overestimated when it came to stock. Here's your NRD. Sorry about that. Our bad. The fuck? And then you know how much it costs on aftermarket prices, bro. And I'm waiting. And I've been saying, yo, if they give us the artisan version, I'm all in on it. Now you're going to tease me with that motherfucker, bro? Wow. And you did that embarrassing me in front of our guests, bro. How you gonna do some shit like that to me, bro?
I'm Scottish. That's what we do.
That's a straight difference. That man put it in front of your face and said, I will enable you. I said I ordered mine. There's a big ass difference there.
Is that the light side version though?
No, that's the dark side.
Oh, okay. So I have the light side. Yo, that's fucked up.
Yo, I still have yet to see either one of those with CCFLs in their hands, but I mean, I ain't gonna show mine.
But you gonna throw the CCFLs in my face, and you were part of that.
I don't deal with CCFLs.
I was part of that.
Yo, Woon, Jay, you see how they do me, bro? Yeah. You see how they fuck with me, bro? And
I reckon good friends support each other, and clearly has supported you, man. Like he's saying, go for it. He's a good friend. I need a friend like that.
You see how they did that? They do that to me, Mandy. You gonna let them do this to me? Like literally?
I think if they were your real friends, they'd just send it to you, and you say, "You make it last."
Right.
Mandy.
If I had it, I'd pass it on. I really would, but I don't have it.
You see?
Mandy.
I am no longer.
I gave. I know
what it's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. You ain't got to say it. You don't have to say it. It's right there. It's right there. Ian, I already know. It's right there. You see it. It's on display. It's right here. So Ian already know. Everybody out there, Ian did gift me with the Farm Boy Luke because he know I didn't have it. It was brand new out the box. So yes, you did. I'm not calling you out. I had to get on top of that shit before you said
listen,
something.
and I've got a lifetime of brownie points with you, Leo, until the day somebody sends me in that box 6 feet under. I can still have fun with you because I gave you that fanboy look figure.
Anyway.
Did you not
Hey,
read the disclaimer?
Man.
I know how you feel, Lyle, because my Gandalf that I've been waiting for so long was not my supplier boy. My supplier's supplier basically took his whole order and sold it on because he could make more money. So, and bless my boy, he's been like stressing all week. He said, I don't know what to say to people. It's like, it is what it is, buddy, but
that's
it's
fucked up. Yeah, I know.
But I'm not
It's taken out of his hands, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely. But I'm not going to pay those prices. So Aragorn will be alone, and that's it.
Moving on from this, and because we had a great discussion about the 2.0s, but I'm gonna tell you something that Hot Toys will never do. They'll never do this. This is an exclusive piece, and we're getting an exclusive episode. We're getting into we're talking about with somebody just, how Calvin and Lumi, when they said, yo, you put your foot in that, you know what I mean? Like, yo, your mama put your foot in that, like you killed it. I think Jay put his whole ass on this. Like he was like, yo, this shit right here, I'm putting all into this motherfucker because everybody's been talking about this figure. Everybody's been talking about this particular character. He had the audacity to say, hey, Leo, I got something that exclusive will be dropping. You want to see it? Let me tease it for you. And then he dropped it. This right here, oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. This Tenebrous. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, Jay, there's one thing to say I'm a show off. But then there's one thing to just say I'm just gonna do this shit on purpose and just fuck all y'all up. Knowing that the conversation around this figure is so vivid, the conversation about it and how basically people have been attaching this to the Acolyte, wanting to see if, in fact, he would make his appearance in that and how it would make so much sense if he did. What gave you, and I know this, you said that this was something that you have been wanting to do for the longest time.
Yeah.
Man, not only did you do it, you just fucked my whole head up when you did it, bro. Like, so why? Can you tell me why, bro?
Well, I went for this mainly because I'm working my way through the Sith line at the moment, and I done Plagueis, and Plagueis just looked lonely, and I thought he's got to have his master with him, man. Tenebrous and Plagueis, they're the duo. They got to go together. And like I said to you, I've been planning to do this for a long time, and yeah, I'm just glad that I went for it and did it. It's one of those ones that was just on the back burner, and I kept putting it off because I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. In the back of my head, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one. And then I just went, you know what, I'm going to just do it. And it's probably been one of the funniest ones that I've done as well, because some of the comments that I've had sent to me as well, like Daft Bum Face and like ball sack and
Bell end.
literally, I've had some funny comments come through. But yeah, I'm just so glad that I went for it, man.
Definitely, bro. You killed this, man. You definitely smashed that like button for Panel. Thank you very much for that Ray Race collection. Thank you so much for that $1.99. But yeah, man, like when you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and then what the crazy thing is, people have been saying those comments for years, even about the species since New Hope. So we know that when you know, but come on. And then when you joined in on it, that's what made it even funnier, bro.
No, yeah. What in my story?
Yeah, when you joined in on it, that's what made it
the little
even
wind
funnier.
emoji coming out.
Yeah. Like, definitely, like, this piece is incredible, bro. But regardless of the jokes, I think you nailed this, bro. You did such an incredible job with this piece, man. Like, I mean, just putting it together, and then to have him next to his man. Look at this, bro.
Damn.
Look at that, bro. Yeah. Come on.
That's what I mean. Now Plagueis just sits so much nicer because he's got his master on one side and he's got is Apprentice on the other side. I've got Sidious actually the other side. I should have got the three of them. I think one of my next posts, you know, you heard it first. I'm going to do all three of them. I'm going to get a nice shot of all three of them. I don't know how the hell I'm going to fit that in, but I'll make it work.
Bro, this right here is just fan-freaking-tastic, bro. It is. It is fan-freaking-tastic. And the thing is, it's like, now we know that, you know, Hot Toys is jumping into like their Legends line. But do you think that they would even do something like this?
I don't know. I'd like to think that they would. I'm always open to it. I really, really hope that they do. But I'm not going to.
They'll probably use these pictures on the box. Probably. May as well.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're too busy watching David. I'm fine.
Yeah, David's the poor guy.
Oh man, they set a precedent, so I'm not surprised if it happens.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be next?
Yeah, like I mean, it's bound to be a space where something like that, you know, could definitely happen, but I don't think it will. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, I don't think that they would really. I don't think that they're going to kind of tread in that space. And I think, you know what, since that discussion has already been made and is circulating, just because they didn't respond to Woon, don't think that they don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
don't worry, I know. Yeah, like I said, I've reached out to every channel, every artist that paints for Hot Toys, and yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting to hear from them. Let's put it that way. And I love how everyone was like, "You should get a free figure." Probably not. That's why I just picked one up myself, because I'm like, you know what? If it's on the box, at least I have it. You know, it's cool.
Man.
Yeah, it's there.
Frame
It's
that
definitely
shit.
there for you.
Frame that shit.
It's cool. It is really cool, but it's so naughty.
Yeah, definitely. But this Tenebrous right here, bro, and I mean, Jay, like you continue to get it, like, and the thing is, it's like I like this particular space because when we're talking about these pieces, man, like I'm just going through, and I told you it's going to be a space where I'm just going to start fanboying out, bro. It's just going to be there, bro. Look at, come on.
Such a style. You've got such a style. You know, don't you? Just know. You see it. It's like that's one of Jay's. You know, like if sometimes you're in a group and you're looking through and you think somebody's just posted the picture, you're like, hold on. In fact, I've done it before, haven't I, Jay? It's like, hold on, that's my friend's picture you're posting there. Give him some credit.
Very well. I think it was the Darth Vader's page.
Yes.
And I just remember Mandy messaging me, they're using your photo. So I was like, what? So I've had a look and I've gone on. And I think they're using my back to Tank Vader. What did I say? I think I literally just said, look, like I'm completely happy with you using my photo. Just please, if you use it, can you just credit me? Like
a little bit of credit. Yeah.
And I got attacked.
See?
Attacked.
You get attacked for your own artwork with somebody else using
I got
it. Isn't that
attacked
crazy?
on that page.
D-Boom was just talking about the same thing. He got attacked.
They come at me like saying, are you going to thank George Lucas and stuff? And I was like, well, if I knew him or if he like actually knew me, of course I would, yeah. And I try to thank him as much as I can, but in most of my posts, but like he's not going to hear it. He's leagues away. Like
you thank them when you pay for your materials and your figure.
Sorry?
I say you thank them when you pay for your materials and your figure. You purchased the figure, so you don't have to thank the people who made the figure anymore. They got their money.
Yeah.
They need to thank you for promoting and doing great stuff with the stuff that they put out.
Because I'm gonna tell you, how many people now, mind you, I bring this up for a particular reason. Not only is it is.
So this is what happens though when Mandy's photography hits
Mandy, right?
Mandy just sends it into a completely new level, like
on a new level, and then she shared it.
Darling.
And then, of course,
in person.
And then on top of that, what happens? Rosario Dawson stars the Tina, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. How did I forget that? Oh my God, that's really bad.
Yeah. What a week.
I didn't.
What a week.
Yeah. I just posted. I think it's thanks to you, Mandy, because you were tagging her, and then I just reshared what you were obviously tagging her. And then she actually just, and I messaged her as well, and I just said that I hope you like this. Like You know, I love you as a Soka. I thought you was brilliant. You know, and I know it's not much, but she liked my comment, and I was just fanboying out. I was like, oh my god, she's liked my comment. Oh!
I know. It's like that.
She's such an amazing person. Meeting her in person, Calvin could even tell you. Ian could tell, like meeting her in person, like she's such an amazing person. Like down
I've got to meet her, man.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is down to earth. And this piece right now, this is like my all-time favorite piece of all.
So
like it is so fucking amazing. Now,
just everything about it. Look at that. Look at that.
Dan put me on to something. When we started talking about this other thing, we started talking about this like when we actually brought it up about D Woon. But Dan was like, "Yo, I think you need to go back. There's something I need you to look at." And I looked at it, and bro, back in the day, there was a commercial. It was like a Native American guy that used to be on all these commercials. He would turn around. It's a meme going around. He would turn around and a tear would drip from his face, bro. That's what happened to me. Woon, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? You took something and just took it over the edge, and I was like, the fuck? This shit right here. You took it to a level that was like, yo, come on, man. Like, y'all can do better. Y'all could, innovate a little bit. This shit right here is on Terminator level, bro. Like, he just fucking you up. Like, it's simple.
But it's tactical boba right there, bro.
Tactical boba right there, bro. But it's the brilliance behind your work. And that's what I wanted to ask. Like, when we're looking at your work. Yeah.
Before you carry on, like I don't think people actually know this, but when I started making figures, the first bunch of figures that I was known for was actually those military clones and Boba Fett figures.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's actually where I started. And ironically now I've just kind of moved into, I guess, like mainstream, like clone troopers. But yeah, this is literally where I started making these custom galactic tile like figures.
They work, mate. They work. They're like it's like this boba in particular. I love it, mate. It's one of your finest pieces, like
bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I love
this boba right here, bro. Dan was like, "Hey, yo, keep scrolling down." I was like, "All right." He's like, "Nah, you gotta keep going down, bro. Keep going down. keep on going down, bro. Like you'll see it." And I saw it, and I was like, "It's always a revisit." So if you see like constant revisits on your shit, like it's me. It definitely is me.
I'm always on your page as well.
Right. Always. Like
I got you starred for when new stuff comes out, man. I love your stuff,
bro.
Thank you.
When I look at this and I'm like, yo, bro, right here. Look at, come on, man. Look, come on. This right here was funny. I was laughing my ass off. Bro,
I got that comment one day and I showed my wife and I was just like, man, you find some really strange people on the internet. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just make a joke of it. I spent literally 3 seconds on this video, chucked it on. And I had no idea it was going to blow up. Like, I think I gained like 6,000 followers just from this one reel. And I was like, what the heck?
Bro, this shit, I was laughing my ass off. But in all jokes aside, though, the figure, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. Like, yeah.
Let me break this up real quick. I hate to leave, but I gotta go take the dog to the groomers.
Okay.
I got an appointment, but Woon, pleasure meeting you, bro. Fire. That's all I gotta say. Fire. You're killing it as always. Jay, you're killing it. Mandy, you already know what you do, so nothing else needs to be said there. But everybody,
take it easy, Calvin.
Man. Thank you for being here as always, brother. Always.
Take it easy,
Calvin.
Calvin.
But yeah, bro, like your work, like literally, bro, hands down, like it is incredible. The thing is, I'm not ashamed to say it. You and Jay, I am envious. I am. Because when I look at my shit, I'm like, man, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that shit. But like, I just get a chance to live vicariously through y'all, man, and your work because it's fucking impeccable. But the thing is, you're doing this right here is my god,
that's great.
god, bro, like incredible. But you're doing what everybody wants. Like everybody looks at their figures and they're always like, how can I evolve? Like, how can I take these figures and make it? When did you know? And because I even asked this same question, to Jay, it's like, when did you know, like, okay, this is me. Like this is my niche. This is what I want to do, and I'm good at it. And now that I can do it, let me start doing this and completely evolving these characters. Like, when did you know it was something that you were just solidly good at and just step into that arena and just completely smash it and nail it? When did you know, bro?
I think the irony of that is that I did not know that I could do it. And I think that's the difference, right? So a little bit of my backstory was I used to work as a designer and I used to work in exhibitions. So I would design exhibition stands. And, like when the pandemic hit, everything just collapsed. Like my industry is people, exhibitions are people. So there were just no jobs out there. And I just literally could not find a job. And I think it was one of those moments where it was, kind of sink or swim. And, at that point in time, I had been painting, making figures, not Star Wars figures, just random figures for about 6 years. And, I was having a chat with my wife and she said to me, look, there's no jobs out there. You've tried and you've been doing this, for a while now. Why don't you take a chance on yourself? And I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? And if you actually scroll down to the very start of my page, it's all just random figures. It's like some Marvel figures, Avatar figures. And then I started making these military style figures. Like I said, that's when, I started to get onto the map. Like people started liking those figures and I started making them. And
look at that.
I think the craziest.
That's so cool.
Thank you. I think the craziest thing about all of this was just that some person reached out to me and he said to me, hey, can you make me these 2 figures? And that's why I think Commander Thorn holds such a special place in my heart, because he was the very first, clone trooper that I ever made.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, I had never made a single clone trooper figure in my life. And this guy just jumped on and was like, can you make me this figure? And I'm like, sure, I'm gonna give it a go. And so, that's basically how I started. And here we are now. I did not know I could do these things. I just gave it a go. And I'm just thankful that you guys like the work and people keep coming back. So
mate, I still don't know how you do that camo. That camo is just insane.
Phenomenal, isn't it?
Insane,
it baffles
bro.
me, man.
Thank you.
Like, you guys, I mean, come on, man. Between you, between Jay, between Costa, between Mandy, between Ian, and just this oh my, I didn't even know. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I didn't even know this shit. Dan, you didn't tell me to fuck about this, bro.
I told you to look through his whole page, bro.
You didn't tell me to look at this shit, bro.
I told you.
Are you kidding me?
By the way, Dan, when I heard you mention me on the podcast the other day, I was like, who's that? Who's this guy? I had to literally dig through my DMs to be like, oh, it's Dan, that guy. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed the Mando piece, by the way.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. I've been, like I said, I've been following you for a very long time, bro. I've always been impressed with your work. So,
man, for real?
That's sick right there.
How do you freehand that?
I know, I was gonna say, and then you
if you weren't an artist, you'd be a
times
surgeon.
did you do that video? The thing is, did you rub it out right, I'll do the video again? I'd be doing that. I would do it again and again, and it would just fail every time. That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Can I just say, if I did not have to record anything, it would make my life so much easier.
Bro.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Leo's like, how much? I'm gonna slide you a DM later.
Bro. Are you like literally, funny. Bro? Like, look at this. Bro, like you, Jay, all y'all make me come on, man, for real.
Oh,
for free.
By the way, I didn't paint the head sculpt. JCM
in it, yeah. He's another mad.
Such a shame.
Yeah.
Such a shame that he's now stopped painting head sculpts because I told him it's such a loss to the community, mate, that you're not on there because that guy.
This is one of JCM's.
Yeah, check out JCM's.
Oh no, this is Scylla, isn't it? I know what JCM is. He did my Ezra.
He's
nuts.
Yeah, he is nuts at painting. Like his face sculpts are insane.
Bro, like literally just flames on everything that I'm seeing here, bro. Like it's like this is all right. Let's put this in perspective really quick. You have Jay, piece from Jay, D Woon, Costa Case, Mandy's photos, all in one. Yeah.
Let's do it.
And you
yeah, bro. Like,
you're the king. You're the king then, Layla, aren't you? You're like, this is all mine.
Oh, bro, like it's just
talking to kings now. Talking to kings, you want to see something, mate?
What's up, bro?
It's yours, so you'll be happy.
What? Oh, let me see, bro. Let me see.
Reveal.
Is it a throne?
Oh, damn.
So we're still in the process. We still got to do the stained glass and everything for you.
Look at that, bro.
Oh my god.
Where we're at, me and Sam.
Look at that, bro. Look at that, bro. Come on, man. And you know who's going to sit on that throne, right? You know who's going to sit on that throne, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, come on, man. Yeah, bro. That's right. Come on, man. Like, you guys, bro. Like, it's the inspiration behind what you guys basically do. Again, it is. Look at that. Look at. Come on. Look at that. Come on now, bro. Come on now, man. Like, I swear to God, bro. I go through this stuff. And again, I'm going through all of this. I'm looking at everything. And Commander Green, I know you out there. I know you out there watching. I know my man, Green is out there watching. I know he's like, yo, this right here, everything that I'm saying. Bro, come on. Like, it must feel good, D, to say, well, I don't have to worry about going out getting these clones. I could just do it myself and just army build on my own. That must be a good space to be in, bro.
It's a good feeling, man. Like, honestly, that's where I started. Like, when I first jumped into painting, I just grabbed anything that I could. So I'd be painting really old school Iron Man from Hasbro figures. And, like literally whatever I could get my hands on. So, if people are out there, you guys want to have a start, like, just paint anything you can, honestly.
Bro, because it's just taking it to a totally different level. Like, it's taking it to a level. Oh, come on, man. It's incredible. I mean, it's just taking it to a level beyond. Like, I'm just going through here and just it's freaking fantastic. Which kind of brings me to this point, right? The infamous, and this is definitely the infamous conversation that
Oh man, I should actually get the box. I have the box. I have the slipcase.
If you can, bro, like let me ask, right? Because we have to basically say this. You have to get inspiration from something. And the thing is, and Howard, if you're watching, anybody from Hatos is watching, this is no slight because I love your work and I love the stuff that you give us. Like, a lot of our collection is filtered off of everything that you've done, and that you've provided us, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for it. But do you think, and I asked this, Jay, and you said, oh, absolutely. We talked about this before. We're in a space where now, if they can't find the ideas, that they actually go through and rummage through all of you guys' pages.
Oh,
they do that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they do, man. Like, they must. David's photos have proved it. like because they are literally identical photos. Like there's no difference. So like that just proves that whole theory that they do go through our stuff, and they do. And you know, like David says, you know, he's not upset about that. Like it's actually an honor that they do that. But all he wants is just, you know, maybe them to just
the recognition
and just say, just
credit where it's due.
Just say these photos were by David Woon, you know, or give him a job.
Or inspired.
But yeah, like do you know what I mean? Just that recognition, it goes a long way towards artists like us, man. Like, and just.
But then you'd look on Hot Toys even better, wouldn't you? You think, well, they're straight up, you know, they're good guys, you know, they're not. You just respect them a little bit more because. Yeah. Well, I would anyway. It's like, oh, you don't do that, do you? You know, you just don't do that. It's not right. Karmically, it's not right. It's
and here's the thing, like it's. I always say, like, I mean, if somebody, you know, it's a sign of gratitude when somebody sees your work and they, you know, post it up there. But then the danger side of that is that the recognition is not given, and no one would ever know unless the conversation is had. You know what I mean? Like, you see somebody else's, and people will believe, okay, that's, and then on top of that, they'll look at it and be like, okay, that could be a coming soon type of situation from them. You know what I mean? Without really knowing, you know, the source. And, you know, we get into that discussion about, okay, who's licensed to do it, who can do that, and doesn't everybody should be doing this and that, you know, I get all that, man. But I do think that it is a level of gratitude. Did you get that? You found the slip cover already?
Oh, give me a sec. I'm just
just been sitting there.
Right.
No, just take a second to marvel over the collection.
Yeah, I do want to take a second to look back there because he had them placed.
I think there's
properly.
Is that a new one? We haven't seen that one, have we?
There's a new one back there. Yeah,
one that's hiding behind him.
We definitely haven't seen that. Man.
Right, so if you guys have been hiding under a rock, this is what we're talking about. The exclusive Obi-Wan figure. And as I was telling the guys just before the show started, like, you know, last weekend I was just hanging out with my wife doing some work at a cafe, and I was watching a review of the figure. And as he pulled open the box, I'm looking at the slipcase and looking at these two figures. And at first I was just like, oh, those are really cool poses. They look so familiar. And as I looked harder, I was like, wait, hang on a second, that's my figures.
Yeah.
And when I you know, put this on my stories and when I jumped on the Facebook groups, at first I was kind of just like, what do I do about this, right? Like, you kind of feel conflicted. You're on the box, which is cool, but at the same time, you know, it is your work. And for the first time in my life, I find out that I have some serious haters in some of these Facebook groups. It's really eye-opening to have that, you know, balance of views and opinions on your work, and I think that's really fair. I think it's great. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. I have the figure here as well if you guys want to see that. So that's the exclusive figure, and that's all. I did not put his jetpack on, but basically my custom figure and the Hot Toys figure. So interesting week, very interesting week.
Wow. Yo. And like my man Crispy Craig said, people hating for no damn reason. Yeah, I don't understand the hate, and I think it's basically because you get a lot of Hot Toy shields out there, and a lot of people will basically, you know, see these pieces and they're like, okay, well, you know, they want to defend it because sometimes it's hard to really believe that a company could do that. Nobody's innocent of it, but at the same time, nobody's calling out, you know, your favorite company for being a part. I mean, we're just saying, like, well, if you're using a person's photos, you know, but it's like always people will say, like, it's art is subjective, and if it's out there, it no longer belongs to you. Yeah, I get that, but I took the time to do it, so obviously you should give me a level of respect somehow.
Yeah.
Anybody want to chime in on that? What do you guys think? What do you guys, Ian or Mandy or Lumi? What do you think about that?
the amount of people like this must have gone through in Hot Toys to actually, obviously, from production going through, like, obviously in the artwork and everything, like, it's not just one person that's gone, oh, you know, I'm going to put that on from David's page, and then that's it. That's the only person that's seen it. There's hundreds of people that work in Hot Toys, like, so they all would have seen it. So, like, all it took is for one person just to speak up and just say, look, I think we should actually credit this guy, you know. But it just, I don't know, it just feels a bit like.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I've seen arguments in the Facebook group, which I completely agree could have been true. Like, some people were saying it could just be some low-level art worker who just thought, you know what, I'm going to save some time. I'm not going to pose up the figures, photograph it. I'm just going to grab this off the internet. The irony, like I said, is that my images are watermarked. So somebody had to Photoshop them out.
Time to Photoshop that out.
Well, in fact, they also went one step further. They changed the blastifier color that I had from red to blue. So it's very intentional, is what I'm trying to say, right? And I don't know if the people, you know, giving feedback are saying, yes, push that through because they don't know it's not the actual Hot Toys figure. But look, very interesting opinions out there. I've seen a whole bunch of them. So many different ways to kind of argue it, isn't it?
So many different ways to kind of attack it, but you know, it's
best way to deal with it is literally just take it as constructive criticism. Though that's what I do when I get negative feedback, is I just take it as constructive criticism on the chin, and then just move on from it. Because if you sit letting that fester in your head, mate, rent free, it will just eat you up, man, as an artist. And like I think I got, like, when I did my Kanan, my chopper got mentioned by someone. I'm not going to name names, but he was like, "Oh, it's too small." But everyone in the comments was, you know, just saying like, "Oh, Kanan looks great," because it was about Kanan. It was nothing to do with Chopper. But he's just pointed out that my chopper that I put with him was too small, and then everyone after that was jumping on the bandwagon with his comment, and it just took my post from a positive to a negative, and it just, you know, it just made that feeling of like, I've put this out for the community, and now I'm getting people being negative towards me just because of a scale issue. But, you know, I took it as constructive criticism, and the next time I posted Kanan, Chopper was bigger.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Because
I
think I actually jumped on the chat with you, and I was just like,
you know, you're the person I hate to about it, mate. I remember coming to, I was a few effing and blindings, but but yeah, man, like, I just took it on the chin in the end, and, you know, corrected where I went wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
But
it's just, I don't get people sometimes, you know, like the more time goes on, the less I get people, and I just, you know, my dog makes the most sense. It's like, you know, like, stop pissing on everyone's bonfire and just be kind. And if you've got nothing good to say, then don't type it. You know, it's an effort to be an arsehole, isn't it? You know, it's a real effort to be an arsehole.
The worst thing is, though, Mandy, is that you could do this to an artist and you could give them such negative feedback for so long that they just back up and go, I'm not doing it anymore. And then that's it. It's like if somebody, like all those comments David was getting the other day, he could just go, right, okay, you know what, screw this, I don't want to do it anymore. And not that he would, but if he did, that's it. We've lost David Woon Customs.
Yeah,
and it's like, David, you handled this situation so well. You know, I think I just would have pulled a great big moon and just kept putting Hot Toys over it. You know, it's like, I don't know.
I mean, look, like what Jay was saying, like, you could sit there and kind of stew over it, and at some point,
then you suffer, don't you? You're the only one that suffers then, because no one else gives a shit there, and it's just like, well, you know, I'm sitting here like suffering, so it's best just let it go. That saying, always no longer lend your strength to that which you wish to be free from.
Yeah,
and it's just.
That's the truth. That's definitely
take it on the chin and just move on from it, mate. Like, because you know, you've spoken to people that, you know, like, actually love your work and appreciate your work, and these other people that are making comments, man, they're just trolls. They're just online trolls.
Definitely. Lumi, what did you want to say?
I said, one thing I would say, being a art teacher, I teach art. That's what I do. teach kids every day. And one thing I would say, like, people are always going to have an opinion. They're always going to say, they're always going to talk mess, whatever. Those people who often do that are the ones who can't do it themselves. So it's always like, they always have that negativity, but they don't bring any positivity. They're always like, oh, you should do this, or this is stupid. Why'd you like the scale, talking about the scale? The scale wasn't the point of the picture. The point of the picture you posted was to show off the figure. So them complaining about the scale is like, what do you guys want? Do you want everything's not gonna be perfect when it comes to art? Is very subjective.
Yeah.
I would just say to you guys, just keep posting. Like, even with me, with my art, you might get one piece every 2 years on the internet from me. Because I'm so like a stickler for like, it's not perfect. Oh my God, I gotta fix it. But just keep posting. You guys are doing great work. Customs you guys are doing, just top tier. So
hell yeah.
Just screw the haters and just keep posting.
Hell yeah, definitely. Dan, we talk about this before, bro. Like, even like, because you've ran into this issue, even like when you're posing figures and you're putting photography up and you hear like people talk shit. Like, sometimes it's just like, this is whatever. It don't really matter. We've gone through this is one of the reasons why, like, I honestly, and this is a shame to say it, but I have taken myself completely out of a lot of groups. I don't join groups unless it's something that I've created or if it's another group that I know that's solid. So I don't, because I don't join any of those discussions at all. Like, I just don't. I see them, and you always know, like, and Dan, we talk about this, like, you always know when there's going to be a negative comment, because all you have to do is look and you see that happy face or smiley face emoji, that's that laughing emoji.
Yeah.
That lets you know that there's a negative comment. That's all I need to see. If I see a laugh emoji under something, I'm like, yep, there's going to be a negative comment here. So let me just bypass that because I can see it. You know, it happens. All things subjective. You know what I mean? Whatever. But just people they spend more time because that's only amount of time that they have to do, because it makes themselves. I guess it makes them feel important when people join in, because I'm important for the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%, mate.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like I've pretty much said this on my stories. I'm happy to have my figure printed on an official box. It is what it is. I think it's cool. Like I said, I wasn't going to pick up the figure, but when I saw it in there, I paid too much for it. But, I have it. So,
And also, though, the belt, your belt is so much better. The belt, because I've got the Mando figure, and it's just too bulky. It's just way too bulky. What they've done, your belt was just right. Even the proportions of the figure, because Obi is quite a skinny guy, isn't he? The proportions are a little bit. Yeah.
They reused Django's, I think, didn't they, David?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used the Django figure, and I'm so tempted to pull it apart and just take off the padding. And then at the same time, I'm like, you know what? It's an exclusive figure. I don't want to mess about with it.
Yeah.
And I think, whenever I grab a Clone Trooper figure, like, it's literally fodder to me. I just pull it apart like it's worth nothing, because that's what I process every day as I'm working on these custom figures. But when it comes to a figure like that, I'm just like,
yeah,
a bit more careful,
And the thing is, it's like, I think there's enough energy out there for people to really realize, like, okay, versus what was done, they know where it came from, they know where the source is, where it was originated. And that does. And I think that the discussion, whether it's good or bad, has also generated a lot of attention to your space where people can go back and look at your work and say, okay, well, wait a minute, this person's really, really good. Maybe what I said then was like, yo, maybe I'm just kind of fucked up. Like, let me just go ahead and look through this dude's shit real quick. So, even the naysayers go back and look and be like, yo, but, who's this D Woon? Oh, wait a minute.
And you can't say he's not a nice guy, is he? Because he's
you definitely can't say
it's
that.
like he's a nice guy as well. God damn your eyes.
Yeah, you definitely can't say that, So, I mean, anyway, man, I appreciate, and I think people out there definitely appreciate your work. And what you, Jay, and everybody have actually brought to the table when it comes to like these customized pieces and what we're basically afforded. I think, and then I want to say this right off the bat, it's no slight against Hot Toys, because again, you're giving us work, you're finally venturing out, because I was even surprised that they even gave us this Obi-Wan to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that we would actually see this piece. And to finally have it out there, that means that, they are, taking steps to evolve. They have help with the evolution because they're going through different people's stuff and they're looking at it. Okay, let's try something like that. And I like the simple fact that they can continue to push the needle, but hopefully they can start doing this on their own without having to, get that affirmation from other people. Like, yo, just go ahead and dip in because there's a place for it, there's a space for it. People want to see these pieces, and we want you to continue to grow. I mean, you're king on the mountain for a reason. So while you're up there, just evolve on your own. You know what I mean? You have a space to basically do it, and just do it. Yeah, I mean,
I think that's a really, like, I think we talked about this before we jumped online before, right? Back in the day, third-party companies would essentially make knockoff figures of, official Hot Toys figures and that sort of thing. But as time has progressed, it's almost kind of flipped on its head. Yeah. And it's now Hot Toys watching these customizers in Hong Kong, making these Iron Man figures, that come apart and they look like they're in the middle of being suited up. Yeah. In Hong Kong, collectors and customizers have been making that for years now. And all of a sudden, we see that popping up on Hot Toys announcement page. The Mark 5 suit up, the Silver Centurion, suit up. And so now you're seeing that, like, they are watching. Like, everyone is it's just this big thing where everyone's just watching everybody.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe in the future they'll do. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Say it again.
Oh, I was saying, go ahead, Mandy. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just sorry. I was just going to say maybe in the future they'll do like collabs with David and then collabs with OneSixthJay. An exclusive figure with OneSixthJay, an exclusive Hot Toys. And yeah, and that would be great because more of us could get the figure. Obviously, if we went to Jay or David, it's just one person having to do this. They've got a whole production line, so they could. They've got various artists, but they could consult you on things and say, okay, let's do a collab.
Mandy, I think Hot Toys are watching because if people recall, Hot Toys started off as an unlicensed company. Mm-hmm. They were making figures that weren't licensed. Then they got a reputation and they started to get the licensing. You look at Yoast, Jazz Inc., same. Yeah. And you build it from there. But, that's where I have an issue with the art. David, Jay, if they're taking things from you guys, what they should do is appreciate their roots and then bring guys like you in, right, and build that pillar. That's the issue I've got with it. But,
yeah, that I believe that, bro. What you say?
They've definitely lost that spark to where, like, they were, in the woods with those third party. Like, they were third party. So it's like they had that spark of like, oh, I want to make this. I want to make this. They need to bring in people who know what people want. Like, they made it exclusive after they saw yours, but it's like they need to bring more people in. Like, find those people in the community who know what is popular. They watch the show. They know what character is going to stand out. They know what's a character that everybody's going to want. Hot Toys is so big. It's like they're trying to target the Asian audience. Then they're trying to target us over here in America. And it's like they don't know. They just need to find those people within the community. I mean, Crocs does it all the time. Every time you see a new Croc, it's a new collab with some rapper, some creator. Find the people within that community that you're serving and get them to be the voice for a particular figure or a particular IP. So
absolutely.
Just like definitely stealing stuff, basically.
And then what they need to do with the photographers that they have over there, they need to kind of hit up Dan and be like, "Yo, Dan, we need you to pose because we can't." We can't.
Yeah, some of those poses are just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, like, y'all need to pay attention to these poses because don't just pose them quick and think we ain't gonna see some of them flaws in the
funny,
photo,
bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
do that though. Think about like companies like Max's that does the Sims. They find the people who play the Sims and they get them to come in and consult with them on the games.
Yeah.
The people who work like with the Crocs company, they get the people who are popular and they get them to come in and consult with them. They need to do the same thing. Find people in the community, consult with them. And the hot photographer that everybody's liking their pictures. Bring those people in. That
and there you go. You know what I mean? If they need a butt cheek model, just hit up Ian. All they have to do is say, Ian, like, come in, stand here, and we need to mold.
Or his feet. Or his feet.
You're right.
No, okay. Peachy butt cheeks.
Have they got all downy fur on? Like little downy fur? Like are they like a peach?
Smooth.
Oh, yeah, man. Definitely.
Just smooth. Waxed.
Just wax it. But anyway, man, definitely, bro. Like, I think, and hey, thanks for my brother, late bloomer. He was like, yo, especially Reddit. Yeah, I already know, bro. You. I don't even go in. I don't even look, because just people use Reddit for all the wrong reasons. They just go in and attack people whenever they get a chance to. So definitely a place I stay away from. D-Woon and Jay, you guys should start selling custom parts to replace leather or pleather on Hot Toys figures like belt, boots, and holsters. That's it definitely does. That's been one of the biggest issues that we run into, is that those pleather pieces over time, like with the blink of an eye, gone. Like, you take it, like I ran into that with my Scarlet Witch. Soon as it was a Scarlet Witch from Age of Ultron. No lie. Soon as I took her out the box, and Jay, Dan, you had the same problem. Soon as I took that figure out the box, the jacket exploded. I know you had that problem with
Winter Soldier,
right?
Yeah, brand new out the box. Well, I mean, I got it like 10 years later though, but
right.
New, I opened it and just like,
and it just exploded. Like, the jacket just fell apart. I had to get a piece. I had to actually get a replacement online. I did find it, but yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, people, like companies like that, understand it. Like, a lot of people that customize are doing you a favor. They are definitely doing you a favor. So do these collabs, and you never know, that can actually take your company to like a totally different level, while shining a light on these individuals out there, because they do it a lot of they do that with a lot of individuals who customize and commission head sculpts. They find them that way. You know what I mean? They do that all the time. So now, why not do that for these individuals out there that are just out there doing it?
Scarlet Witch got dusted right before the snap.
Yeah, it did. It did, bro. As soon as I took it out, it's like Thanos, and then I look in the case and see my Thanos over there smiling.
Can we call that an artisan figure then? Because now it's super accurate, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an exclusive.
Bro, you know what? I was thinking about like having like a stand in a display and just putting some dust there and just having Thanos in the back room snapping like that. That would be phenomenal to do, bro. But yeah, definitely, man. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for actually coming through. It's been such an incredible time tonight. I mean, have you on D-Woon, definitely, and just been graciously explaining the whole situation. But actually, at the same time, getting a chance to dive into your world to see like the pieces that you have, and again, I guarantee you're gonna probably have like a lot of people hitting you up like, yo, you know what I mean? Same thing with Jay. You already know how that happens, bro. Like, that's such a great space to be in, and that's what I wanted to do for this show, is just like bring a lot of people in behind the scenes who do a lot of great work. And not just talk about the stuff that we see, but talk about the stuff that we don't see that needs that shine as well. And a lot of people don't really recognize, okay, yo, that's the inspiration for this. So definitely, man, thank you so much for coming through. Anytime you ever want to come through, feature a piece, or tell people about what you're working on, like that little sneak peek, you didn't think we were going to see that behind you, but we did definitely see it. It was right there. We were going to see that piece. But definitely, bro, thank you for coming through and having it up there, because that looks glorious, bro. And just to think that you can just do it on your own. Fuck.
You know what? Let's get people.
There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Exclusive. Let's go. Wow, bro. Come on, man.
There is Blitz. He will be coming to the page very soon. I've updated some of the armor pieces. A lot of parts that I used in the past were a little bit outdated. So recently I just reworked it with one of my printing partners. And really happy with how it's coming. So new, figures that are ARC Troopers on the page are going to have the updated parts. If you guys want to commission, you know where to find me. And yeah, thanks so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Bro, appreciate having you here.
Amazing.
El Walker, great stream. Thank you so much, man, for that. And look at who he's like, damn. Hell yeah, man. Like, definitely thank you for being here as always, man, and showing your work. It is completely incredible. Commander Green, I knew he's like Blitz. Yeah, you already know. Definitely, man. Thank you for being here. This has been a great panel. It's so great to meet some of the customizers that we love. Thanks for being here. Definitely, man. Like that's what it's all about, man. Is just bringing them in, stepping into that world, getting a chance to see the work that they do, and just fanboying out, because that's what it's all about, man. So D, thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. It's so much from the bottom of my heart. Incredible work, man. Get a chance to see what Jay got going on here back. Look at that. Look at that, bro. Look at. Come on, man. Come on, y'all.
I mean,
I'm coming over.
I've over there. I don't know if the light will actually show these up, but I'll try.
Wow. Come on, man.
That is a hell of a room.
It is, bro. It is.
Look at the floor. Look at the floor. How nice that is.
Look at that. Look at that, bro. Like that's a phenomenal room to have, bro. Like, this is a phenomenal space to have where you can just sit there. That's like a photographer's dream. Just to go in. Manny, you need to go over there and just take photos of just Jay's.
Well, we're gonna, because I'm gonna do some portraits of him as well, and of Sam.
Yeah, hell
yeah. It's only a plate, but it's one of my favorite pieces because it was signed by Dave Prowse. Sorry.
Wow, bro. Damn. Definitely, bro.
Don't drop it.
Oh no, I won't. I want this since I was 10 years old.
Oh wow.
Hell yeah. Look forward to seeing these gents more on streams. Yeah, definitely, man. Like, I would love that. Awesome pieces. Definitely awesome pieces, man. Thank you for being here as always. And I can't keep my guy out. I can't keep look at Casa. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you working? What you got? What you working with, bro?
So I've been doing a live build, which I don't know if it was a mistake or not, because things can go wrong when you're doing stuff live and you don't work things out. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it. We'll just do it. Like, the first one I ever did, the board didn't fit right, and I thought, Lowe's had the wrong measurements on their board, which anyway. So this is the current live build, which is the Grail. I think I'm going to call it the Grail Atlas. So hold on, wait. One of the cool parts is it's going to be changed. All these lights are going to be changed. I'm going to upgrade them to individually adjustable lights because of certain issues. But my favorite thing is that the acrylic is black. So it's black, but it lets you show the light.
That's incredible.
Wow, bro.
So if you don't want to have the bottom light on and you want that black look on your shelf, it's I want to do that. So then you could do that and have white lights. I need to fix this all up here. Like, I tried to solder online. I shouldn't have done that. So yeah. So that and a couple other things are coming out soon.
Come on, bro.
So yeah. So next week is the last
bro.
day. Next week is the last day for this build because we have to put on the acrylic, the clear acrylic, and the front panel and the side panels. So that's it. And then I'm probably not going to do a live build for a little while. And I'll just have people. I'm going to have people on, and they can talk about their display cases. Like I had you on a couple of times. I had, I've had people on. But if, I want to know more about, because I think displaying is about 50% of the fun, right?
Yeah,
getting the figure is fun, and then displaying it and posing it is the other part of it. So yeah, I want people to have really cool cases. So I try. I try.
Definitely, bro. Definitely, bro. You kill it all the time. Would love to have some of these items on display at an art gallery I'm putting together. More info coming soon. Definitely. I would love to be on the stream with Mandy someday. Commander Green says definitely, bro. We got to make that happen. Watch the stream yesterday. Great work. Definitely, bro. Costa, think your idea of having it built in steps ahead of time. Definitely, bro. Let me see here. Custom figures and custom shelves keep inspiring us. Definitely now. And I think that's just basically the way it is that we want to inspire. We got Mandy over there with the photography. We got Luminar over there with the art. We got Agent Silver Fox who takes landscapes, incredible landscaping photos as well. As always, brother. And then we got Dan who cheats. He does, bro. So that Jay, this is what he does. I'm gonna tell y'all laugh, right? And the community doesn't notice, but the motherfucker does this to me all the time. He'll send me a video. He'll be here, Leo, check this out, and then laugh. He'll send me a video or photo of what he's about to put up before he puts it up. So he lets me see the poses and all this shit, but then doesn't like to share with motherfuckers how he does this stuff. Like he don't share for shit. He'll just do it. He don't make a video that says, hey, this is how I came up with this, how I came up with this pose. He'll just be like, no, splash. Y'all figure that shit out. I'm just putting it out there.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, a magician never reveals his tricks, right? Like, man is a wizard, isn't he?
Yeah, right. And then he does some bullshit like this when he just wants to put them all out on the table, knowing that I don't have my mace yet. I don't have my Obi-Wan yet. Yeah, right. Purposely. That's what you're doing, for real.
Dan has never officially been on Box Watch.
He what?
I said Dan has never officially been on Box Watch. He
hasn't.
I never had no boxes.
He no boxes. Hell yeah, man. But definitely thanks for coming through. Thank you guys for being here, man. It's been an awesome show. It's been a great show. I'm living vicariously through you and your work. Man, it's an honor and privilege to basically know everybody here and know its go-tos. When you need to get work done, you just go to these individuals and say, hey, do you do that? And that's the advantage that the community has now, that when you have an idea, oh, I wonder if this person can do this, and then you reach out to them and they're like, oh yeah, I can do that. That's an advantage. Like, that's just such an amazing space to be in, man. So I know, like, hats off to you guys for what y'all do, and I know like the community definitely appreciates it, thus far. You can see it with the comments, people out there like that are fans that are coming through like, yo, Woon's on here, OneSixthJay is on here. Like, damn, I'm fanboying out because I've been following y'all motherfuckers for the longest time, and to finally have y'all on here, I'm like, damn, hell yeah, let's go, man. So definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here as always. Woon, what you got coming up, man? You showed us that piece that so that's going to be up on your page pretty soon, right? So definitely looking forward to that and other pieces, man, as always.
Actually, yeah, I mean, funny you should ask. Something I prepared just a little bit earlier. Don't know if you can see this, but I'm working on an Obi-Wan style figure, ironically. And I promise you, I did not work on this figure just because the Obi-Wan figure came out. It was literally booked in months and months ago, and it just so happened. So I'm updating the weathering. As you can see, that's real chip.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm also testing out like a new style of weathering. That's like chipping and that sort of thing. So,
bro, it looks so realistic. Yeah. It looks realistic. See, somebody like me, if I wanted to get weathering, I just go outside, start smashing shit. Just start smashing it, right?
Ironically, just before jumping on this, I was thinking to myself, if you wanted the most realistic way of weathering, you just bash these things off like some.
Yeah, right.
It's true, right? That's
right.
literally how the album would move in real life. So
yeah,
you're onto
right.
something. Don't worry about me. Just do you, man.
Start bashing that shit, but then you get scared because when you do it and you break it and you got to glue that shit back together or weld it.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, maybe not. I paid too much money to do this shit. Maybe I'm not gonna do that, man. But definitely, bro, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here as always. You're welcome. Anytime you want to come through. Jay, what you got going on, man? What you got going on behind the scenes or not even, but any teasers coming up? Any teasers that you can let us know about?
Yeah, it's not actually going to be a figure this time. It's going to be a ship I'm doing. I'm not going to say which ship, but it's from Star Wars.
Ooh. Oh shit! Are you for real?
Yeah, and it's going to be big. In size, it's going to be pretty goddamn big. Because it's actually to go on the roof, like here. So it's the size of this. So yeah, that one's going to take a couple of months, I'd say, to put together. But yeah,
I'm giving you till Christmas. I'm giving you till Christmas. I'm giving you till Christmas.
It will probably be a collaboration with Woodstead Studios again as well.
Okay.
He's helping me with this, and also, do you know Mickle Makes?
You said Mickle Makes?
Yeah, Mickle Makes. I think I pronounced that right. I think it's Mickle. Hold on, one sec. Let me just make sure I got this right. Yeah, Mickle Makes 3D.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to be involved in it as well. So there's a few artists and people involved in this. So yeah, just stay close to the page because I'll be posting up like little snippets and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But thank you, bro. I cannot wait. Y'all heard it here first. You heard it here first. So let's go, man. It's going to be a big one. I cannot wait, man. Thank you for coming through with that information, and bro, and actually being here as well, man. I appreciate that so much. I cannot wait to get this work. Again, it's going to be incredible, man. So definitely thank you for being here as always. Mandy, what you got going on? What you got coming up?
This week's just going to be full on editing from today, like loads and loads of dogs. I can't even, there was all sorts of different breeds. So I'm going to be editing and then sending out all the pictures from today. So yeah, just dogs this week. Probably no action figure stuff, but just dogs.
Just dogs. But we know, see, you say that, right? Hey, Lumi, she says that, right? But then we get some stuff thrown up in Figure Flex Friday. It's like, okay, she said she won't be working on no photos, but we see some shit coming up here, so we already know that. Thank you so much, Mandy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for what you do, and bringing everyone together, and the support you provide, and you just glue it all together. It's amazing what you do, the community you've created. I know I always say it, but it really feels like family, and I'm so grateful for you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's what it's all about, right? Having a space where we can all fellowship about the things that we love, because there's not too many spaces where we can do this. You know what I mean? We already seen that.
We're just all big kids, aren't we? All playing in the playground.
Right.
Oh, what you got?
As always. So I love that. So definitely thank you for being here. My brother all day. Agent Silver Fox in the building, man. So let me ask you this question, because how much longer do you got for the kitchen, bro?
Oh, I don't want to swear, but no, it's finished. Actually, Lucy's doing a bit of painting today, and I'm putting in lights tomorrow. I'll leave next weekend to finish off some joinery. So, I feel like I'm talking about the Sistine Chapel, but it's not. It's just a normal kitchen. But because I decided to do all the joinery, plumbing, and the electrics myself, I'm like, no, I'm just going to do it. So, it looks really good. It looks really good. So, yeah. I've now only got one figure to unbox, which is amazing. One figure. And I've been throwing things up here. This isn't a final display. I just wanted certain things in here. I've got a DC room and all that. So I put this up here just 10 minutes before the show. It's not how I'm going to display it all, but I've got another 2 stormtroopers coming with the Death Star background. I've got a thing in my head what I want to do, but they're in there just now. So that was quite nice. I feel like I've been disconnected from the figures for about 3 weeks. So that was quite good. I have to say, these Shadow Stormtroopers, I'm not a huge fan of the bullet pockets, the armory that comes round the little strap. 2 had broken, and I'm very
it's pain
delicate with that stuff. They broke. I had to glue. Not a fan of that, and I don't like the back card that sticks up slightly from it. My eyes, just like the photography, right? Your eyes drawn to certain things.
Yeah.
So that's getting clipped. So there's a couple of little things that I've not heard people talk about. I saw straight away at 10 minutes. Put this up in 10 minutes, and not a fan. But yeah, not a fan of how that was. I think the figure's not the best. It looks great. I've taken a few things off. I've got 3 of them to make them look a little bit different. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's thrown up there. It's a little bit messy, but yeah. What have I got on? Hope show tomorrow. David J, pleasure. Leo, this is great. I think it's great you bringing in these guys on this and us chatting.
Bro.
Really love it.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I really love that. It feels proper Collectors Lounge International.
Yes.
You know, we've got we've even got a Greek on the show. Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Definitely, man.
Love you, Costa.
We got a Greek.
Malaka, why you have to?
and we got a Canadian over here, bro.
Leo, I did say I would mention something, and I don't want to be caught. I think people who know me know I'm very transparent. Yeah. So when I saw Dan's Mace Windu on the shelf, I thought, right, will I jump in just now and say, so for those that don't know me, I had a lot of business with Toys Wonderland, and I was a Grand Moff, bought a lot of figures. Right, Saturday night, I bought Mace Windu from Philip. I text him, I'm buying this. Listen, I vote with my wallet, and it was the best price. And I thought, right, it's in stock. Let's see. He takes me back saying I'll ship it express on Tuesday. So I'm sorry, community. You know, everybody knows my experience with them, and
I'm to ship my shit.
I just want to be transparent because, you know, I didn't think I would go back and do something with them again. I've told them, and Philip, if you're watching, fine. I said I wouldn't pre-order from you again, but in stock, I'll pick and choose. So there I am. Bring on the hate.
Did you get it yet, or you just wait? They said they shipped it already.
No. So I bought it on Saturday night. I text them saying, look, I'm going to buy this, and he takes me back straight away, and he said he'll ship it on Tuesday Express. So I'll have it Friday or Saturday, whatever. But
okay, we'll see. We'll have this. We'll revisit this conversation next Sunday. We'll talk about it then. I'm still not doing it because, like I said, I mean, because of them, there was a reason why I stopped basically buying overseas. You know, the only companies that I'll do it is Giant Toys, TNS, and of course Kit. But other than that, I won't. I just can't. I can't.
Leo, I spread it around now. Before, for years, I was purely Philip. I was just buying everything, and now I've actually found myself buying I've got quite a few with Sideshow now.
Even
though I get a customs hit, certain pieces, I just thought, no, I don't want any issue. I'm buying from there, so I spread it all around now. But because I was talking to a few people that I made that order with them, I don't want it coming back and people thinking, Ian's saying various things and he's a hypocrite.
I got you.
I'm very open, so
I got you.
And if he delivers on this, I'll probably buy another figure if he's got it in stock, but I won't pre-order.
Yeah, nah, I'll live vicariously, but I just don't trust them as no more, because I think they're really selective, even sometimes about their relationships. They are. Like, they're really selective about who they have relationships with, and I just refuse to do it, because it's a shame that, in the past for me, I had to go through people like Justin just to get the figures that I wanted, and that's fucking crazy for me. You know what I mean? Just to get the stuff that I ordered because they sat on it, and then because his word of mouth to them, then they decided to ship it. Like, nah, bro. And that's. But I mean, like I said, we'll see. Once you do it, I want to see what they say. But we'll anyway, man. Thank you for being here, bro. As always, each and every week, man. Definitely appreciate it for having you here. As always, Lumi, what you got going on besides that shrimp for gumbo? I had to talk to Mama about that. What's going on?
Feast Flex Friday next Friday. Please
yes.
Tagging Spring Fever Flex if you want to be selected. And we'll be announcing the winner of the Spring Fever Flex on the 7th of June. So make sure you're there so you can win.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for being here as always. Remember, it's coming up pretty soon, so y'all need to jump on board on that, man. Calvin, you actually came back. You did what you had to do. So what's going on with you, brother? What's going on, man?
Same old. Say what Wednesday. LWO, I guess. I don't know. The guys just decided not to do it this last Friday. And then back on Sunday. So
hell yeah, bro. Definitely appreciate it, bro. And you know what? You did move into a space where that display is just immaculate, because I see all them Iron Man figures back there like, damn, well, goddamn. Well, goddamn, okay. I see you. So definitely, man, thank you for being here. As always. Cheating as Dan, aside from cheating, because that's what you do best. What else you got going on, bro?
I got a couple reviews coming out. I've been working on them for the last couple of days, so that's why you see all these figures here, is because I was doing the video on them, so I wasn't just being an asshole. But yeah, I got some stuff coming up. I'll have some free time in the next couple of days, so
word.
Yeah, and then LWO Friday, I think, with the guys. So my schedule is a lot clearer now. Work is no longer pulling me away. Yeah, so
kicking your ass, bro. We already know. Whenever you ready, man. You already know we here, we going. So let's go, bro.
Yeah, once again, thanks for having me. D Woon, really nice to meet you finally face to face. Same with you, Jay. I've been following you guys for years, so it's really cool to see you guys on the panel, man.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it,
bro. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely appreciate that. As always. And then actually, finally, what's going on with you, Kasu? You already told us what you got going on, what you got coming up. But what else?
Well, join us tonight for Points of Articulation, the panel game show where the real winner is.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
So that's going on tonight. We're going to talk about different topics, not only toys, but pop culture. So join us for that. And I score the panelists. If you watched Around the Horn on ESPN, that's what we're doing pretty much. Kind of.
Yeah, man.
I just don't eliminate people. The other thing, hopefully I get the video out on the platform on Monday. That's my hope. But Monday, Tuesday, the first of the week, the posing platform. So I'm excited about this one. You can put any kind of collectible on it, not just 6-scale figures. Look at this. And it lights up. It lights up like the other one. What?
Bonsai Danielson.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I love this. My daughter got me this for Christmas. But it also lights up because it's got the black acrylic. So yeah, that's my next video.
And yeah, join us tonight. Points of Articulation.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much for being here as always, man. And thank you guys out there for actually being with us today. It's been a hell of a show, a hell of an evening or afternoon, wherever, depending on where you at, morning time, what all that, anybody international all over the world. Thank you guys for being here. It's been a safe, pleasant show, and we can have these discussions. Hopefully you take this and companies like Hot Toys and InArt and all these individuals out there, if you're listening, again, we got people who specialize in what they do and they do it well. And part of the reasons why we put this show together is to actually shine some light on those who behind the scenes do great work, and they bring and draw attention to you guys. So definitely give them a space to breathe as well. And if you're using their work, give it credit, man. Plain and simple, give them some credit, like definitely, because it's definitely work. It's easy to say, hey, photo inspired by or taken by this individual, because the thing is, it's crazy that you would not do that, but then at the same time, you have photographers out there that you give credit to, that you hire to do that. In this aspect, if you have somebody who's doing that, make sure that they clear their work. Make sure that they clear those ideas first with the person who put that information out there or put that piece out there first. I mean, and I'm pretty sure that they would have definitely appreciate you doing that, because I'm telling you, that's if you putting somebody's work out there, it just goes a long way. So definitely thank you. Tomorrow we got comic book talk with friends. So definitely we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff that's going to be going on. Me, myself, Late Bloomer, Jedi Kid, my boy Vinny. So tune in for that. Say What Wednesday, depending on what we actually get a release. Now, we didn't get a chance to discuss the schedule today, but that schedule's out there to what's going to be released soon. We'll probably be talking about that more in depth throughout the week, but we just have to see what else is going to be coming out. But definitely thank you guys for being here. It's been a great show. Thank you, the panelists, but also the people out there in the chat who participated. Thank you so much. We'll be back here next week. Who knows what's going to get released, whether it's going to be a release figure or if Jay or D Woon put something out there. Best believe I'm going to put that shit on the show. We're going to be talking about that. So definitely thank you so much, everybody out there, for being here and being with us. But yes, man, such a good time, such a good afternoon. You guys have a great afternoon, great morning, wherever you are. And remember, appreciate art, because definitely art appreciates you. So definitely I love that. And talk to you guys pretty soon. Have a nice rest of your evening, and we are out. Peace. Let's go.